All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Morning, Carlos. I got to tell you, man, I'm doing great. But the Romo's hitting hard right now. I am.
Yes.
Paris and has hit Taiwan. Bangkok, I guess, in Thailand, and it's probably never going to be the same again. He's been posting on social media. He and Abiel, you guys probably don't know Abiel that well. He works behind the scenes. He and his wife really hard to support the team, and they happen to run into each other at the highest point in Thailand. So
How
there
awesome
you go.
is that?
Got a photos. They were jointly sightseeing it. This is as a lot of our teams start to fly into Thailand to for the meetup that we've got. It's a great session for those that are lucky enough to go. I'm really jealous. So, Carlos, when do you leave?
Friday morning, 10, 12 or something like that, out of Kennedy.
Yeah, I need to go retest everything, make sure that I can still access what I need to. But anyways, all right. But yeah, it's tough, man, being left behind. I normally go to all these trips because they are awesome. They're awesome fun every time. And if you haven't had a chance to go on one, you're missing out. They really are just absolutely fantastic. So I'm jealous. I'm jealous, but I made a choice and we got to stick with it. So have fun, everybody who's heading out. I'm sure we'll hear from you now. Actually, I hope, Carlos, we could still do the live show with you next week. We'll find out.
I'm taking my laptop, I'm taking my mic, and hopefully we can connect and trade from there. Our plan is to trade every day from there. So we'll see how it goes. 12-hour difference should be interesting trading at that time. Never traded at night before the market opens, so should be a whole lot of fun. Yeah. All right, excellent.
It will be, it is different. So,
it'll be interesting.
It's a lot of fun as the team's going. So there you go. A lot of news happening today outside of our own little team here. Big news in the U.S., I guess, coming on all sorts of fronts, and a whole ton of economic data. We're finally getting back to. I guess the economic wheels churning again in the U.S. with the government workers back on the job. And today there's just a whole ton of data. So what has already come out? Well, the PPI, Producer Price Index data came out. It was expected to be 0.3%. Actually the regular PPI did come out at 0.3%. In fact, let me put this here. Core PPI was a little bit lower than expected at only 0.1 versus 0.2. U.S. retail sales just came out. Oh, interesting. 0.3% was the expected. This actually showed some contraction, negative 0.1%, negative 0.1% was the number there. So that's a reduced number. And then in a few minutes, or at 9, we do have the S&P Housing Price Index. We also have some industrial production data. We got consumer confidence that comes out at 10. We've got home sales coming out at 10. There's a whole bunch of data. So again, the market has really been ignoring this stuff over the last couple of months. So we'll see if it pays attention. Oh geez, I don't even have my platform open, so I don't know what the market is doing. What is the market doing, Carlos? Is it carrying?
Pretty flat right now. It's moved around a little bit this morning, but for the most part, I mean, back to that previous day close.
I mean, this data is mixed and largely, within, order of magnitude of flat. So yeah, I wouldn't expect the market to do much, I suppose, with this at this point, but. We'll have to see if any of this data can move the market, because the market is moving. right? If you've been trading anytime over the last couple of weeks, you know the market is moving, but it doesn't seem to need external economic data to do that. It's just moving because, well, people are shuffling money around as they're uncertain, right? I mean, how many times have we heard, oh, the bubble, it's a bubble, right? The bubble's burst, the sky is falling, it's all dying. Just for the market to say, come on, man, like, calm down, look at me, I'm doing okay. And then it bounces back up. So Thursday, you could have been saying Thursday was one of those tumultuous days. I mean, look at the largest candle on the daily chart there. Happened just last week where we started gapping higher and the market just sold off, and people were like losing their mind. I mean, some of the articles I was reading were crazy. But then Friday and yesterday, right, we saw some recovery, and now we're back towards the point at which we started that gap higher from Thursday. So, like, again, it's not, I don't know where we're going. It is a little unusual. Normally, when you get to a top, and then you just slide off, right? Like, and it sort of starts to become clear fairly early. This doesn't feel the same to me. And, I've been trading in the markets for a long time. Every time it feels a little bit different, but normally it's just, I don't know, Carlos. It feels clear. I think we've got so many conflicting things happening in the world, right? With NVIDIA and Google and, companies at all-time highs. Apple, I think, is close to are they at their all-time highs? Like, we got all these big companies at all-time highs, but we know we've got bad economic situations in a lot of countries. We've got a worsening situation happening here in North America generally. But, the market's not matching up with that. So I don't think people know what to do. They don't know where to put their money. What's safe right now, right? Where's the best chance to get a good return? It's very uncertain. This is why I love being a trader, because I don't have to worry about those. I let other people worry about those big, those big thoughts. Macroeconomics, whatever, man. I wait, we do our thing in the morning. I'm going to find what's moving. We'll work it out together, and then we just get to trade, right? I'm just worried about the momentum as it happens. So I think that's one of the joys of trading. So let's do that.
Awesome, awesome. Oh, look at this in chat. How come I don't have access to that? I don't have access to these emojis that you guys are sharing here. Look at Andrew. What is it?
What the heck?
I don't have access to this. Oh, I
Awesome.
gotta. You know why? I
Where'd
gotta
these come
join
from?
Lambo's and garbage truck. I'm not part of it. I gotta join. Now see, now they're gonna force my hand, to join on my account
Right.
here.
I
Look at that. It's our faces here.
We
That's
need to
pretty
be
cool.
granted membership here.
I'm joining. I'm signing up today. Yeah, I
All
don't
right.
have none of those icons. That's pretty cool. All right. Um, all right. Excellent, guys. I do not, unfortunately. I have not packed. No, I'm a last minute packer. My wife already got her bags and she's excited and she's got the bags on the bed. I'm like, sweetie, it's in 2 days, 3 days. Like we got a little bit of time. No, she doesn't play that. I'm on the other hand. I am hours before the flight. I'm just throwing stuff from the closet into the bag and closing it up. So, that's the way we roll. All right, friends, let's get to it. Oh man, you guys are making me jealous here. I got to get these emojis in a second here. So as soon as I'm done with the Gappers list, I'm gonna sign up here quickly to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. All right, here it is, guys. Gappers list brought to you by the one and only TradingTerminal.com. So, Ben Paris, that's all I bring. All I bring is underwear. Everything else is okay. Underwear, as long as you have underwear, everything is fine. So I do pack plenty of underwears. The rest we can work without, right? It's no problem. All right, KSS, Kohl's. Let's start there. KSS, what do we have here? Kohl's looking pretty good this morning, up 24%, Peter. So big, nice pop for them going into the holiday season. 2.1 million shares traded. Clearly something happening with this ticker because we know for a fact they do not move that way. So what is the latest and greatest here?
Yeah, well, I guess you got to feel good if you are Michael Bender this morning. He was named Kohl's permanent CEO. It's, well, I mean, they had earnings. Oh yeah, they had earnings too, but they had earnings and raised their guidance. So that's a good way to come in if you're the new sort of top dog. And being named permanent CEO probably means his pay packet went up. I assume he was in an acting role before that because the way they worded it is permanent presumes he was in the seat. I don't know for how long. Bender took over after Ashley Buchanan was fired in May after an internal investigation that found he had directed the company to do business with the vendor. Oh, with someone. Oh, so he had like a conflict of interest, and they fired him. And then this Michael Bender had taken over on an interim basis, and I guess so May. So that was like 6 months ago. So he's been doing this for a bit. All right. So yeah, company having some good results. As you said, Carlos, just doesn't typically trade well. I have watched it. I have traded it. I've had some good trades. I've had some bad trades. So I don't know. I'm a little ambivalent on Kohl's. I would only put it on my list if we really just don't find anything better. It looks like it's in play so far this morning with that volume, but I'm skeptical as to how well it's going to trade.
Yeah, yeah, I like it here, but again, probably going to be on a secondary, very far secondary here, because normally, like you said, doesn't trade well. But I like what I'm seeing today, so we'll put it on the list there. It is leading the gappers list this morning. We'll see where it goes. ANF is another one. This is Abercrombie and Fitch, right? Another one that's gapping up today, 18% right now, 617,000 shares traded. Again, just another one that doesn't trade all that well, and for the most part, I'm probably going to skip on it, Peter. But what's the news?
Another earnings this morning. They released their numbers: 1.29 billion of revenue, just 10 million over their target. $2.36 of earnings, which was 22 cents above their target. So all in all, a good day for ANF as they beat their numbers. So Abercrombie and Fitch. I always found it a weird store. I remember I didn't really know much about it. It was in the shopping malls when my kids were young, and they always wanted to go. And I remember the first time we went to New York City with my daughters, and they really, really wanted to go to the New York City one. And we go to the New York City one, and Carlos, had you been? I don't know if they still do it, but in their heyday, when they had the models and the men were shirtless, just standing
I
outside the shop handing out like perfumes, cologne samples and
Yeah,
stuff. And
I
I'm
seen
like,
that. I don't know if they still do. I haven't been
what
there
is
like 2 3
happening?
years, but I seen
This
that.
is
Yeah.
yeah, and this is not like the mall one that I go to. That I'm like, this is just odd. It just seemed odd, especially being I thought they sold like kids clothes, and it didn't seem like they were targeting the kids I was thinking about. So, anyways. Uh, uh, so here I am taking my teenage daughters here, and I'm like, what are we going into a strip club or what? What the heck is going on? Anyways, it was odd. So, anyways, I don't know if they still do it, but that's whenever I hear Abercrombie and Fitch, that's what I think of.
Yeah, I doubt they still do. I'm not sure, but again, I haven't been there in quite some time. Um, all right, let's again. Normally does not trade very well, so we're probably going to skip it off the list here. Again, both of these capping up pretty nice. I'll watch Kohl's and see what we can get out of it, but for the most part, ANF I'll push to the side here. Another one here, Symbotic, SYM, is on the list this morning. We're up 26%. Just started to get going here. Was up before, but it's now getting above that 200,000 number of shares. So now you're seeing the pop here. Peter, I'm not sure what this even is.
It looks like they also had earnings yesterday after the close. Revenue of 618 million, net loss of 19 million dollars in the quarter. But looks like their guidance is pretty much in par with what analysts expected. So popping up a little bit here this morning. Symbotic, specialized industrial machinery. So they're basically making they're making like industrial robots. It looks like what they're doing. And of course, you go to their website and they're about AI powered robotic technology. Sure, whatever. But oh, they've got some cool looking robots. Interesting. Anyways, all right. That's what they do. In play, I've never heard of this, Carlos, so I don't think we've ever talked about this before. 250,000 shares? Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, and that. All right. So yeah, never seen this one before. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how well it's going to trade. Probably gonna keep it off my list as well. Don't like the pre-market action as much. All right, let's continue. Pony, we saw this yesterday as well on our gappers list this morning. Yesterday was also gapping up, and it did have a little bit of action. Let's take a look here on how it traded for the most part. Yes, it did get going. You know, not great. Very light volume for the most part. So I'm not sure how this is going to be today. So today they're looking better though. Pre-market actually even more volume than yesterday, up 14.4 as you can see here. So it might have another good day here if it keeps going here. So Peter, what's your thoughts on it? Again, I kept it off the list yesterday. Today maybe better.
Pony AI. This is a dual listed stock, which means it can often trade a little challenging. Its primary exchange is actually the Hong Kong exchange, not North America. But they did announce that they have partnered with a company to release robo taxis in in I was going to say the UK, but it's just in Europe. I don't know where in Europe. So the company's Bolt that they're partnering with, and they're targeting having a fleet of 3,000 vehicles deployed in the streets by 2026. Carlos, there are so many of these companies with these autonomous taxis floating around the
Yeah.
world. Nowhere safe. I hope they work. I really do. I think in my lifetime, if we honestly get to completely automated vehicles out there, I think it'll be awesome. I
Oh
would
yeah.
love to see a transformation of the urban landscape where it's completely automated vehicles. We eliminate stop signs and traffic lights and all that stuff, and the cars just self-navigate. And I think it would be super cool, but I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
if
Yeah.
I don't know how fast we're gonna get there, but I think it would be awesome. Anyways.
Yeah. It's gonna take a while to get people to jump on this, but this looks yeah, it looks cool. So I guess you could have any car you want, just plug this thing on top and you could have your Lexus or your Toyota Sienna and you're good to go.
Yeah,
Even a semi. Wow.
they
Okay.
seem to be able to mount it on. So they're not trying to build the cars, they're just building the systems that would integrate
Right.
with the vehicles. So, yeah.
Smart. That's smart. That's smart. Oh, okay. Again, that's the future. Whether we like it or not, that is definitely the future. I could see Peter putting that thing on his car. I could see him putting this on the Porsche, and putting on a sports mode and letting it do its thing. That should be fun. Um, all right, let's continue here, friends. Let's see what else we got. ZIM is next. Let's see what we got going on here. We saw this a few days ago. ZIM Integrated Shipping. Wow, pre-market looks good though. Look at the pre-market, very active. 1.5 million shares traded. It is hard to borrow, unfortunately, and it is up 10%. So it's looking better than I've seen this in the pre-market in recent past here. So Peter, clearly good pre-market action, gapping up nicely here, 10.5. Anything great that we can discuss on this?
They have apparently multiple expressions of interest from individuals who want to take over the company, including, oddly, their own CEO. So their own CEO has expressed interest to the board that he'd like to basically buy the company out, but he's not alone. There's also apparently some other individuals interested, and the board has hired a third-party consultant to help them through this process. So that's always good when you've got people that want to buy you out. They obviously see more value than they believe the company's currently, getting from their structure. And a private takeover means you got to buy out all the existing shares, and that always comes at a premium. So makes sense that it's popping up. Will it continue? I mean, this is going to be news driven, and from my seat, it's just impossible to tell how quickly that news will happen. Right? It could be today. It could be 3 months. Right? I don't know how advanced these proposals are and what their process is going to be. So, if you're looking to day trade this, it may be a dud for like it's one of those that it's going to be awesome when it goes, right? Because we'll see the offers come in, the stock price is going to move up to it. Or the risk, of course, is that they pull the offers, right? Or the board says they're not accepting them, and then we drop back to pre-offer price. So this is more a swing trade candidate, in my opinion, than a day trading candidate. But it could be good. If you got space in your portfolio and you're looking for something, this is the type of company that often you can get a little short-term gain over the next couple of weeks as they work the thing out. But
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. Do you like it for today?
No, not particularly. Again, it's one of those. if I don't find anything better, maybe, but I'm pretty sure we're going to find something better.
Yeah, I think so. Especially on that gap down list, looks very attractive, as you can see here. AMD leading the way, down 6.4, Nvidia down 4, Coreweave. I mean, all semis, a lot of semis, and our Rigetti
We'll get to
spaghetti,
some of those.
on here as well. So we'll see what was driving there. And I think we might know something here. Let's go to this one, Peter. Let's go to the big elephant in the room, GOOGL. All right, let's go there. And I'm sure that explains some stuff. So here we're up 4.1 this morning, 3.4 million shares traded, another all-time highs. I mean, this stock continues to just explode here, Peter. I mean, this is awesome. It's gonna be on my list front and center today. I mean, Google's the new Nvidia. Tell us the latest and greatest.
Well, yeah, Google. I feel like Google's one of these stocks that is just. I didn't really pay attention to it heavily until suddenly it's at on new all-time highs, and I'm like, wait, what? How'd that happen? Right? Because it's just one of those. I don't know. It just doesn't trade all that well. That being said, the last week or so, Google's been awesome. And news over the last 24, 48 hours has been that apparently Meta is going to more heavily utilize Google's, and I TPUs. What is a TPU? It's a tensor processing unit. Okay, so anyways, so we've talked GPUs for a long time with NVIDIA, which took over from the previous king of the compute space, which was CPUs, which was really when Intel was sort of king of the world. And now I guess maybe it's TPUs, so maybe that'll change it. And we people are like creating all these new acronyms because we were talking about Carlos. We were talking about last week. We ran across. There was another term out there. It was the why am I losing the term here? All of our QPUs, the quantum processing units. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. But it's just I'm not saying the TPU technology is new, but it's like it's interesting that we're now talking TPUs, and that seems to be the hot thing at the moment. Anyways, whatever. Um, I don't know what a TPU is, and it doesn't sound new. A tensor processing unit. But they're specially designed AI accelerators, so it sounds like they've reinvented them. So it's a new thing. Um, in any event, whatever. So Google, big contract from Meta. I mean, we're talking like $50 billion big. So there's a lot of money involved in this. And I mean, Google's always got lots of things going on, right? That's not all that's happening in Google land. They also got three different upgrades. B&P, I don't know why they weren't following Google, but they decided to follow them again. Put an analyst on it with an outperform price at $355. So that's their target. They said they got an upgrade earlier with a 340 price target. So it's a good day out there for Google. They're feeling chuffed.
Yeah, tell me about it. So we'll have them on the list for sure. Taking a look at Meta, also moving very well. So I think it's worth watching both of these. But again, Google has been trading very well, getting tons of volume. But both of these with this great news for them in play this morning. So I have Google on deck. I'm going to add Meta here also. And yeah, it's good stuff. And no surprise why these other guys are looking out the window, looking into the window actually, Peter, today. So they're left out of this little party, and AMD, Nvidia, and some other ones not feeling the love this morning. All right, so what else we have on the gap up? I think that's it. I do see NVO here, which was somewhat active yesterday, and a big gap down.
Yeah, I was going to mention that one, NVO, because
Yeah.
yesterday the news that hit them was that their semaglutide, basically the Ozempic, was not effective against Alzheimer's, which everybody's sort of saying was a long shot anyways. So seems a little silly that they got hit with that. But the trading ended up being largely to the top side, I would say, yesterday, and we're seeing them gap up again today. If you wanted a sort of a more stable play, then maybe NVO is the one for you. But it's going to be I don't know. I think the trading will just be average on it, which for NVO is worse than others. You're probably better off looking at the Googles and the some of the Amazon and the semiconductors, in my
Yeah.
humble opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then another one I see on here is Baba. So Baba as well, making some noise today. We are up 3.5. Pretty active
Yep.
pre-market action. But again, we continue to see this out of Baba. You know, active pre-market action. Then the daily's not so great. Here's yesterday. I mean, this is not this is not anything fun. I mean, this is really choppy. You could tell everything, every candle overlapping the previous candle. So definitely not clean. You did get one good breakout here, but again, no real continuation after that VWAP breakout. So again, a lot of stuff happening like this. You get the gap up right here. You get the gap up in the pre-market or after hours, and then for the most part intraday, you're not seeing a whole lot of movement, at least clean. Because to me, although this went from 1659 to about 161, it's not really a clean trading pattern there. So I'm going to leave off the list here. Peter, let's go to you. What do you like off this gap up list before we get to our gap down?
Well, on Baba, they did have earnings, so that's why they are gapping up. It was actually a mixed picture. They beat on revenue, but missed bottom line earnings. But they had some good news in a couple of spaces, including the release of their latest AI platform. So yeah, it's gapping up. We used to watch this all the time, Carlos, but it has not delivered the goods in the last little while. So I
Yeah.
don't really know that today it's going to, but it is gapping higher. One that is gapping higher is a Broadcom. So we were talking TPUs a minute ago. Broadcom is part of that conversation. Broadcom's got a role on the back end in providing some TPU capacity. These, again, I guess now we're talking TPUs. The demand so far for AI related compute technology seems insatiable. Everybody seems to want it, want more, want better. So, we just keep, there's news after news after new development. And I don't know how many of these developments are new, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is it new to the investing market, right? That's what is key. So you could have a really old technology, but becomes hot because people are focused on it and are looking for those that are delivering it. Again, it's sell the sizzle, baby, right? Like it's all about how you market this, and if you can get your stock price to appreciate as a result. So Broadcom seems to be a beneficiary this morning as they are working with Google on these TPU items. So there you go. That's the picture. I think this morning, Google to me is the better play. Broadcom is a funny one, right? Because it can actually give some interesting trading opportunity, but you've got to be really focused on it. Like it's I don't know. I don't find it worth the effort. If I'm going to provide that much focus, I might as well look at the stuff that typically gives more frequent moves, in my opinion. But
Yeah. Yep.
Broadcom's out there.
Yep. With you on
Uh,
that.
Gapping up. Sorry, you were also asking about what's gapping
Hmm.
up. We already talked about Google. Meta. Meta was part of that conversation. Obviously, Meta being the buyer. It's interesting to me that they are gapping up this morning. However, it just sort of proves the point we were just talking about on AI, right? You just have to talk about AI, whether you're the buyer or the seller. It doesn't matter as long as you can put AI in a headline with your name, your stock is probably doing good things. So the fact that Meta is the buyer in this case doesn't really matter. They are investing in AI. The market likes that. But yeah, other than that, a lot of stuff gapping down. So those are probably the best things gapping up. Yep, the other stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about are gapping down.
Yep. Yep. All right, let's take a look at this gap down list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Friends, if you had not had an opportunity to hit that thumbs up over on YouTube, really appreciate it. We're sitting at an all-time low of 95 is what I'm showing here. So help us there.
What's happening on the screen here? What are you
Oh,
looking at?
sorry. I was looking at our YouTube likes here. So this is our thumbnail. But yeah, hit that thumbs up, friends. Really appreciate it. We're 105 now, and hopefully you can keep on climbing. All right, gapping down. Some of our good buddies, AMD and Nvidia. Let's start with those two. AMD right now taking a little bit of a hit in the last couple of days. Today, no different. Down 6.6, 2.7 million shares traded. It's another player in town, and Nvidia and AMD are not liking it a lot
Well,
here. So, Peter, give us the latest and greatest.
yeah, and exactly. That seems to be what's going on. It's the same news we just talked about, but we just had a whole conversation about AI, TPUs, and we did not once mention either NVIDIA or AMD, and they're both taking a hit. So, the expectation is if we're talking advanced AI processing, NVIDIA has been at the forefront of that conversation for a very long time, and, obviously they've reaped the benefit. But today, I think people are scratching their head and maybe thinking. So, last week, I can't remember if we talked about this on air, Carlos, but last week, it's funny when, I know the news happens when even my wife comes to me and looks and says, "Hey, did you see this news where Peter Thiel liquidated all of his holdings of NVIDIA?" And people are saying that's a big sign that the bubble is in and everything's going to drop. And, whatever. It's one investor, a significant investor, but, um, NVIDIA's always been part of that AI, and people are very skeptical right now as to whether NVIDIA is going to retain that top spot. And I think this type of news today, with Google, Meta, Broadcom all in the conversation, and NVIDIA sort of nowhere to be found. Again, it's a single point of data, but it doesn't matter, right? Remember, sell the sizzle. It's about what the investment community believes on any given day. And if they believe that Nvidia may not be the top dog any longer, then, or not as far ahead, right? They could still be the top dog, but not as far ahead of the pack. Then we may see some contraction in their stock price. So I'm absolutely going to be watching Nvidia and AMD today. I'm not going to assume, though, that their stock is going to drop, right? It is dropping pre-market. If I look at where we are in AMD, we're sort of in an interesting spot where there's absolutely lots of room to the downside. However, we were here on Friday and we did make a recovery. And Nvidia, also on the daily, we're at a spot where there could be some room either way. So again, I'm not going to make any assumptions about the direction of the stock, but I'm going to be ready for movement depending on what it gives us.
Yeah, yeah. I like Nvidia, I like AMD. Of course, will be on the list today. I mean, this is the story: Google, Meta, Nvidia, and AMD. Two gapping up, two gapping down. So pick your favorites out of those four. But I think those are going to make up my list this morning. All right, let's continue here, friends. Take a look at our gappers list. We have Coreweave also on deck today. If you guys remember, Coreweave popped up when Nvidia had their earnings. They also had a very nice reaction. Right, so here they're gapping down this morning, 4.2, 813,000 shares traded. So I guess moving with the entire sector this morning. Peter, anything different going on with Coreweave that we might need to be aware of?
There's nothing different in the exact position. So Coreweave is part of the gang that's all involved in cryptocurrency. What we're really seeing is the fact that some of the liquidations have started. So as Bitcoin prices drop, there are some the most heavily leveraged people obviously are the first to be forced out of their positions. So remember, there's an old axiom in the market that always says the market can be irrational longer than you can remain solvent. And whether you think crypto prices are properly priced, underpriced, overpriced, it doesn't matter. If you've bet on them going higher and have leveraged yourself to the point where you can't handle this pretty significant downturn, right? From down to 80,000 roughly on Bitcoin, for example, then you've got a problem. If you can't come up with the cash to make up the difference in margin that your broker or funder would want, they will forcibly liquidate your position and crystallize those losses. We're starting to see that. I think in the room, member had posted something where Andrew Tate, for example, had some positions liquidated. I've read some other stories. It's not any of the big players yet because it's usually the smaller players that have just frankly over leveraged themselves, right? They went in too deep too fast and just can't handle the downturn. So, but it just creates a little bit more fear, and fear can create selling and blah blah blah. Right? This is how the snowball starts rolling down the hill. So, with that being said, Bitcoin prices are actually stable. I'll say this morning they're not exactly up. But they're stable. 87,000 for Bitcoin today. If I look at some of the other big ones, I always like peek in on every morning just to see where they're at and what's going on. Now, we actually had a good rise overnight, yesterday afternoon and overnight on Solana, for example. So it's up higher than it has been over the last couple of days. So it's not all doom and gloom, but it's certainly not popping champagne and and getting the expensive caviar right now for those that have invested in this space.
Yeah. Dude, are you gonna watch Coreweave today? Or are you gonna keep it off the list? Off the list for today? Okay. All right, friends. Yeah, I feel like with my list, I'm ready with what I have right now. But let's take a look what else we have going on here. DKS Dick's Sporting Goods. I was there this weekend. Tons of people there this weekend. See, but I went just to get a needle to fill up a basketball. So this is not my well, actually it might be going down because I didn't spend enough. That's probably why. I should have bought more, but I just went to get like a needle for fill up a ball here. Well, so we're down today 3.5 233,000 shares traded, Peter, and it's my fault for not buying a whole bunch of stuff. But what's going on with Dick's today?
Apparently, because they actually they had their earnings earlier this morning, and they had good numbers. In fact, they smashed the revenue, did better on earnings. Like revenue was 4.1 billion versus 3.2, so up higher. They completed the integration or the acquisition of Foot Locker. If you remember, that was news a few months ago. And it looks like they've done a pretty good job of the integration and haven't sort of been on target with their financial guidance. They actually raised their guidance for the full year. So all in all, it's relatively good news. I think why it's dropping is that they did say that while they raised their revenue guidance, they are seeing pressure from the integration. The cost of integrating the Foot Locker business is going to affect their bottom line over the short term, with another half a billion to three-quarters of a billion, so 500 to 750 million dollars worth of charges related to the Foot Locker integration, which of course analysts never want to hear, but that is actually in line with what they had projected. So I don't know, like this actually might be interesting because there could be some rebound play. I don't know what to make of it. If I look at it pre-market, the volume is actually pretty low. The fact that it's dropping here feels a little overdone, but to me, yeah, I'd be hesitant to try and bet on it. This is one of the ones that, Carlos, sometimes I feel like I should watch just to see what it's going to do, but it's highly unlikely that I would trade it. There are absolutely better candidates, but it had earnings, which puts it in play.
Yeah. All right, there it is. Not one that I'll be watching, but let's see what else we have here. Circle of Internet. Circle and Oracle always seem to be doing some stuff together. Very similar ticker names here, but Circle of Internet. What's going on? We are down 3.7 this morning. 735,000 shares traded. So big drop. Well, not big drop, but decent drop coming in just a couple of minutes ago. So around 8:30, you had a nice drop here, all the way down to about 69.88. And not sure what might be causing that, but the daily just stuck within this area, trying to find some support off 65. It has not been doing well at all. If you guys remember, this stock went as high as 2 something, right? Actually higher, 3 something here, and since then has lost a lot of ground, and we're in the 70s here. So not good. And this IPO, yeah, we're back to IPO prices, Peter. So not doing so hot here on the Circle of Internet.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe there's something else going on? We talked about Coreweave a second ago. Circle of Internet is the second of 3 stocks that Cathie Wood went shopping for yesterday. And again, Cathie Wood once the darling of Wall Street, and now there's sort of been an anti-Cathie Wood sentiment a little bit. Maybe it's because she's buying that people are thinking that it's time to get out. I don't know. The third thing that she was buying, by the way, was Robinhood. So Maybe worth keeping an eye on those. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's why it's moving. I don't see any other news. There's really no news happening on CRCL right now that I can see. So, Carlos, trade it if you like. I don't see it particularly in play, despite being on our gappers list this morning.
All right, awesome. All right, let's see what else I see here. Coin. Let's look at coin, Bitcoin. Are we still above 83, Peter? Are we still doing good on Bitcoin?
Yeah. Prices this morning, I think they were sitting at 87 when I last looked. 87,108 right now.
All right, cool. Coin's been moving quite a bit, guys. Down 2.5, 214,000 shares traded. In the last couple of days, we've seen coin both in the gap up and the down list. Hood as well. Hood doesn't have enough gap down this morning, only down 1.5. But if you look at coin, we are getting a lot more movement. I am going to put coin on the secondary list. I would like to see where this goes, but for the most part, I don't see anything really great. Again, it has been very difficult to trade the stocks that I like when Bitcoin is doing something. I like the Maras, like I always thought it was Mara. It was not Iran. No, Clean Sparks, USK. It's another one. So there are a few, but again, they really have not, for me personally, when they're doing very well, there's other stuff that's doing much, much better. So again, very happy with my list this morning. Peter, we'll go to you. Anything else you like from the gap down that we have not talked about today?
Whoops. Yeah, a couple things on the gap down. We could talk about coin, as you mentioned, was down. They actually got a downgrade today. But I don't know. I don't think they're in trouble long term, but they're moving down. A couple things that had news. Boeing, I thought was interesting. Boeing, it's hard to trade Boeing on news because they often move. They don't move with the news. However, the news today was that NASA has actually curtailed or reduced their contract with Boeing over the Starliner project. If you remember, this is the beleaguered space-going vehicle that had some issues. Remember, they left people stranded out at the International Space Station, and they've actually not only reduced the contract, but suspended indefinitely all manned flights at this point. So not good news for Boeing this morning, but again, how much is it going to move the stock? It's always tough to tell with Boeing. Like, if this was a normal stock, I would say that's big news. Watch this thing. But I've been burnt too many times where Boeing, remember like the day after like the door fell off a plane, the stock went up. So just be careful with Boeing. I noticed Amazon is dropping this morning. It's on the gap down list. Interesting, they had what I thought would be positive news because it was AI related. They announced that they are investing $50 billion on government, on an AI infrastructure for U.S. government. So that presumes that they've got some contracts out there. And I don't know if this is previously announced stuff or new. There was not a lot of details on what I found, but they were talking about that $50 billion investment where they're looking to break ground pretty soon and building some new AI, presumably data centers, right, to focus on U.S. government needs. And what else did I have? Oh, and then we already talked, of course, about our semiconductors, right? NVIDIA and AMD just being left out in the cold with all of the TPU news this morning. So definitely I'm watching those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, friends. I think my list is ready. Let's take a look at what you guys like over in chat. I saw POTR being mentioned earlier on, so let's take a look at that. POTR this morning down 1.4, 1.2 million shares traded, and again, I don't see anything. This is one that can become very explosive at the market open, even without having an amazing pre-market activity, right? So, I like watching it. I personally like the way it trades when it is in play. I'll put it on the secondary list here next to Coin and Kohl's, but I don't see anything great right now, right? So we'll come back to it a little bit later. Maybe after the market open, we can see something get going here. Let's take a look at our buddy Tesla. Another one that if it's not on our main list for sure will be on our secondary list. 2 million shares traded today, down slightly. In very active pre-market activity, which I do like. I also like the daily. Look at the daily here. We just keep banging our heads against this previous day close, right? So we dip a little bit here, but we keep coming back to this previous day close. So that could be interesting. We'll love to take a strong opportunity here long if it provides it to us. But look at this level. This level is very nice, and we're right at it in our price here. So maybe a rejection today, maybe a breakout today. Whatever it is, I really like Tesla. Actually, I might like it a little too much. Might actually be in our primary list today, but right, might actually be in our primary list, and it will. You know what? I'm gonna move Meta down. As much as I love Meta and I love the news now, not love Meta, but love the news of Meta and Google, whatever's going on there. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Meta is not an easy stock to trade. It really is not. So I'm gonna put it on the secondary list. I think it's worth watching today. I think today has the best opportunity. But I really like this Tesla daily chart here. So I'm going to be watching Tesla for sure. SMCI being mentioned as well in the chat here. SMCI also in play. I just have so many right now, guys. So I probably won't have space for it. But I'm glad Andrew's watching. I'm glad some other people are watching it. And if you guys see something great, point it out. We can always tune into and see what's going on there. AMD I do have. NVIDIA I do have. What else, friends? I think that about does it. Cameron chat, welcome. I think you might be new in the channel, so welcome. Good to have you. Yeah, platforms, man, it could be very confusing. There are tons of platforms out there. You know, we use Dash Trader Pro because that's what we use. I'll tell you this though, once you go Dash, it's hard to go somewhere else. There are cheaper options, 100%. But once you use Dash, it becomes difficult to use like a Thinkorswim. Try any Dash Trader, try to go back to Thinkorswim or to Interactive Brokers. It is difficult, and you're gonna save some money, but it is difficult because once you get used to the easiness of the ease of just clicking and just, it's tough. It's tough to go to a bulky, and I love Thinkorswim for other things. Swing trading, I love their mobile app. They're awesome. I have them for, I have an account. It's my first account actually before Dash Trader Pro. But for day trading, that 5-minute ORB and that VR breakout, I find it tough, right? So many platforms out there. Pick your favorite, but there's definitely some ones are better than others for certain things, right? So just do a little bit of research, see what's best for you. I think we're all set, Peter. I like what I have. I like my list right now. So currently we are looking at Google, Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD. Secondary list: Kohl, Meta, Coin, PLTR, and I think we are all set. Anything else from you, Peter, before we go to our community events and announcements?
Nothing new to add. I like my list as well, so we'll see how well it plays out. But yeah, I think I've got my targets.
All right, awesome.
So let's talk about what's happening in the community here at Bear Bulls Trading. We've got so it is again a shortened week. I didn't really mention it earlier, but don't forget markets closed Thursday, half day on Friday, only open till 1 o'clock. That means that we could see reduced volumes leading up to that closure, right? That means today and tomorrow. So just be ready for that. The open still usually trades like the open, but the volumes can slide off relatively quickly. So you never know. There's lots happening out there in the market. Maybe we'll see it continue. But in the past, we can see volumes start to dip. In the webinar, we do have a structured webinar for tonight. It is going to be Nathan, who's talking about confirmation trading with Camarilla pivots. So he's going to be leading that webinar at 8 o'clock in the webinar room for all of our elite members. Hopefully you'll have the opportunity to join. We'd love to have you there. Don't forget, in the middle of the day, we have our regular sessions with Phil at 11 on options, and then at noon on Dash Trader Pro that we were just talking about. So if you want to understand that tool and how to use it, we love it. It's a great tool. It's not always easy to find everything. It's been built over the course of decades, literally, and you know, sometimes it's not obvious where to find some of the functions. So Brennan can help you with that. He's in the onboarding room at noon to talk about Dash Trader Pro and all the tips and help that you might need. That's what we got. If you want to join us in the community, well, it's a great time because we do have some Black Friday sales going on, like so many. Go to bearbulltraders.com, scroll down, and you'll see the different membership options from the intro right through to the Elite Annual. And right now, we got some bundled offers where you can bundle Boot Camp, the Peak Capital Boot Camp. We got one that's ending in the next week and a half. We've got another one that will be starting in January of 2026. So, Carlos, maybe if we can scroll up, they can see the offers that we've got there. You can either pick just the chat room access, which is great. That's on the right. On the left, it's the combined offer where you get the boot camp, the funded account, and of course the chat room access as well. So consider that if it's something you're thinking about. You're not going to find a better deal than that. So take advantage of it while you can. If you got any questions, by the way, the team's always out there, or you can email any one of us directly. We're always happy to help you out with whatever questions you might have about what to expect, how it works, and how to get engaged. All right. Don't forget, if you're out on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate that. It helps with the growth of the channel, and it makes us feel all warm and fuzzy. So that's always nice. Carlos, why don't we set some levels quickly? Then we got to hand over to our live traders in the chat room. You and I will continue trading with everybody here on YouTube.
Yep, absolutely, friends. Get some levels in place here. Let's start with good conversation here in chat. Everybody's talking about their platform that they use and over on YouTube. So very cool stuff there. Let's see here. Let's start with Google. Again, good news for them. All-time highs again today, man. Just awesome. 333.73 is the high of the pre-market. The low is hanging out at 24.95. So once you do that, you're pretty set. I mean, there's nothing really else to add. You got the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, previous day close, got you covered towards the bottom, and there's nothing up here as you're sitting on all-time highs with some really positive news on Google and Meta got moved down to my secondary list. If you like that one, if you like the way it trades, that's another one that should be very interesting and active today. 412.03, low of the pre-market, the high of the pre-market over at 418.90. So just above the previous day close. And as you can see here, you're surrounded by many levels. As I mentioned earlier, if you missed it a little bit earlier, again, this level here, plenty of stuff happening there. A lot of support around this. We'll call it 417-ish, 18 area. So a lot of support, a lot of resistance in the last couple of days, and we're just below that, looking to see what's next. Are we going to reject, or are we going to break out towards the top side of this support resistance level that has been significant for Tesla over the last couple of days? So towards the bottom, you're set. Towards the top, we're going to just mark a few here. One is going to be 428, just in case we get going, and just in case we're going to have a monster day, 439.31, also great area support and resistance coming off that daily there. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia, again, not doing so high given the news that we just discussed, right? Between Google and Meta, that's not good for our buddy Nvidia here. So Nvidia, low of the pre-market, 173.67. You also have the lows from 2 days ago in that area as well. Below that, just in case we continue to sell off here, we're looking at 170.92, and then a little bit further down, 168.47. So Nvidia losing the big support that they had here. They had this level on the previous day close, 182.50. You know, this was being support for a couple of days. You did see it dip below that a little bit, but quickly climbed right back up, held it for a while, but now we're breaking down from there. Another great level is around 180. You see a lot of days opening and closing right around that area, so you definitely want to have that on your charts as well. So there it is for Nvidia. You can also mark the high of the pre-market, 178.95 right here, 178.95. And once you do that, you are pretty much set. Last but not least, it's going to be AMD, which also has been giving Peter a nice month, Peter, for you on AMD. So it's been trading very well, and it's been trading so clean. So clean. So love the volume this morning, 3.2, down 6.5. Low of the pre-market, 198.73. Below that, the low from 2 days ago, right here. This would have been Friday. So you got that set there. Do not need to worry too much about the downside. You're pretty much covered there. Towards the top, if we were to move here, we do have the high of the pre-market at 11.31. Above that, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, previous day close. Plenty of stuff there towards the top on AMD. So really love my watch list today, and I even love some of the stuff on my secondary list, right? Like a POTR, like a Meta. I think those will be exciting as we get closer to the market open and we see how things play out here. Peter, what is our team watching today before we get ready for this live section?
Yeah, well, let's see what our team's got. I'm all involved in this conversation. In the chat room, people are like, what's the history behind Black Friday? And there's all sorts of rumors about how Black Friday was named. But I'm telling people, because the common understanding is that's when retailers go from being in the red to the black, right? They sell enough products that they basically are making a profit. But that was actually a marketing ploy to change the connotation of Black Friday, there's a darker rumor that somebody's talking about in the room. It has nothing to do with slavery. If you need a hint, go searching. Look, Philadelphia. It started in Philadelphia in the 1960s, and you can figure out where Black Friday came from. Anyways, I'll leave you guys to do that research. Our moderators, they are looking at quite a number of the stocks that we've talked about here today. Starting with Andrew, who's got his list in early, and he's going to be watching Google, NVIDIA, AMD, and SMCI, and Tesla. So pretty heavy on the semiconductor AI-related stocks this morning. Makes sense, right? Gary's going to be watching PLTR, Google, and Tesla. Megan's got NVIDIA, AMD, and Hood on her list. Eamon's got AMD and MU. Brian is going to be watching AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, Google, and Broadcom. Phil's watching NVIDIA, AMD, Google, Meta, Broadcom, and Baba. And Brendan is going to be watching Google, AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. I haven't got my list in yet, but I'm watching a lot of the same. I'm also going to keep an eye on Dick's Sporting Goods and ZIM, just because I want to see if they do anything today. I don't think they actually will, but I'll try and keep an eye on it for you guys. And of course, there's all of our members in the room who are always calling things out and helping us understand what's moving in the market. So love you guys for that. Keep it going. So, all right, let's get ready. We're going to hand over the chat room. I think we got Andrew out there and ready to go, and Brian probably as well. He's got to flip the red light on and get ready for business. Right? It's like his open sign. As soon as he turns the sign on, we know Brian's good to go. And of course, Carlos and I, we're going to try and find some good trades here this morning. We got to be careful, right? Whatever you do, just be cautious on your trading. Again, don't presume the direction. I think there's going to be some great trades today. May not go the direction you think. So let's see what we get. Trade smart, everyone.
All right. Awesome, friends. Just muting over here the chat and getting everything all set up for our market open. All right, beautiful. What do I have here? Okay, perfect. 5 minute, 1 minute. Just setting up, friends, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. And okay, perfect. All right. Okay. Beautiful. Google, just making my list here. We have Google on deck. What's going on?
What do we watch today? What is going to end up moving? I don't really know.
I think any of these ones are all of them are very good potentials to get us to what we need today. Let's get a good 1-2 trade, and then I gotta go start actually thinking about packing, and because we have a big day on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Not Sunday, Monday. Sorry, Thursday. We got Thanksgiving. And my wife's making dish, and it's hectic right now. Really
Carlos,
hectic.
I always think of the story where the guy was going on a beach vacation, and his girlfriend was telling him to go pack, and he's like, "I'm packed." And she was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, I've got a pair of shorts and a change of underwear." She's like, "What are you talking about?" He says, "We're going to a beach. What do I need? I've got a pair of shorts, or a swimsuit, and a pair of underwear, or something like that." And she's like, "But that can't be it. Like, what are you wearing up top?" He's like, "What I'm wearing now. I'm gonna wear a t-shirt and he had like a lumberjack shirt over top." She's like, "Well, what if you get hot?" He says, "Then I take the lumberjack shirt off." "What if you get cold?" "Well, then I put it back on." I've got jeans, and then I've got shorts for when it's warm. I've got the swimsuit to go in the pool. Like, that's all I need. She says, "Well, what about shoes?" I got one pair of shoes. "Well, what are you gonna wear at night?" "The same shoes." "What are you gonna wear at the pool?" "I won't wear any shoes." Like, it was just like it was like a total guy answer, right? He's like, "Yeah, I got one pair of underwear. I'll wash the one while I'm wearing the other. Like, I don't understand what the problem is." And so I'm like, that's about right. Because you always overpack, right? One of the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the other side of the memes where, like, there's always the joke to say, Here's what we are at home. You will wear the same pair of sweats at home for like a week straight, and then you go on vacation. You're like, maybe I should pack the third suit just in case I go to a fancy dinner. You're like, come on, man. Like, you don't need as much clothes as you're probably thinking of packing. So anyway. All right, guys. We got 30 seconds here till the market open. I've got everything queued up, ready to watch. I don't know what to expect. Google's actually pushing down the here right now. I like Google. It is gapping up, but moving down right now. So I don't know. This might be one of my. This could be like a lead balloon type trade.
Oh, good morning from sunny Florida. Yeah, Florida's enjoying some sun. It's cold up here already, freezing. Actually, it's pretty warm today. It's like 40 something.
There's the bell. We are open. We are open. So where are we going? Where are we going to go on this fine morning?
All right.
You know what I forgot to do again? Trading terminal.
Yeah. Yep. Opening up right now as well. Just thought about it myself.
I get Atlas going. All right. NVIDIA. Oh, NVIDIA looks nice and short, but I've learned not to get too aggressive on NVIDIA. I wish NVIDIA had just popped a little bit higher. That would have given me a great risk to reward. But I'm not going to chase NVIDIA down here.
Yeah. AMD doing some stuff. AMD.
Well, the Andrew indicator, Andrew is going short on NVIDIA.
I like that trade. I like that trade for NVIDIA if we breaks down.
It feels like we're chasing it a little bit here, so you gotta worry about that. Yeah. Apple's going higher here this morning.
Oh, NVIDIA's gonna sell off if it follows what AMD's doing. Watch, AMD was a good one. Didn't pull the trigger. Oh, beautiful AMD short.
I don't know where. Oh.
Perfect 1 minute ORB drop there on AMD. And NVIDIA, I think it's gonna go too, man. Let's see here, pulling back.
NVIDIA, I do want to go short NVIDIA. I just see it keeps popping up here, and that's making me real nervous about it.
This pullback is great though. Like you'll have a really good risk to reward. I think the pressure is in. Yeah, I'm going short. Horrible fill. Short NVIDIA as well. What a bad fill. And not a bad fill. It took too long to hit the button. I wanted here much closer to 173.90. Let's see. AMD was much cleaner. See if NVIDIA can break down. So short and NVIDIA for 1 minute ORB. Normally we don't trade this one. It looks very weak here. Let's see.
I should have taken NVIDIA. I knew it.
You knew it, but I had such a bad entry that I gotta wait a little bit to actually make it worth our while. Okay, now we're talking. All right, here we go. I'm 2 partials in. Just because.
Why didn't I take it?
You called it. I took it because of you. You forced my hand, Peter, to take this trade.
Oh yeah, and I didn't take it. I'm feeling very sheepish right now. I should have taken it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying though. If you look at a trade, it keep bouncing back quite aggressive. It might shoot up, man. This thing might slingshot up. That's why I took 2 partials here, because this thing might shoot up pretty hard. But Atlas is all bearish right now. Like if you look at Atlas, guys, if you have access to Atlas, tradingterminal.com, it's all bearish. Big level down at 172.60. All bearish, but again, we've seen that
AMD got a
before.
pop up. I
Yeah,
should have been watching AMD, I think, because it actually got the pop that I would have been looking for before dropping.
yeah.
Oh well.
Another partial
It's,
here on Nvidia. Just that's a defensive partial. I think this might not last long. I don't think it's gonna last long, Peter. Don't feel too bad. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last long. I'm gonna take a. Oh, hold on. Oh, dum. Yeah, see, it's not gonna last long. I'm gonna get out because even Atlas is switching, like it's becoming more bullish than bearish. So all out, nice drop here. I'm so glad I took all these partials down here. Because you're right, Peter. This has a feel that it was gonna go, it's gonna bounce back. So glad we took all this out because look at it now. I don't know. It doesn't look as bearish to me. Although now it's putting in a nice 5-minute ORB. Now it's like if you look at the 5-minute ORB chart, I'm like, wait, that looks pretty nice for short.
You're rethinking it. I'm looking at Tesla as well. Look at Tesla potential short below VWAP here. I'm not totally convinced on it, but
Yep.
Tesla doesn't seem to have a lot of orders on the book here. It's a little confusing to me.
What do you think of for Tesla, long or short?
Short.
Short?
Yeah, Tesla's got a ton of orders at 111. I think it's just making everything else look tiny. Or 411, sorry. 411. So I don't know.
I don't love Tesla here, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's giving me these choppy vibes, man. Even like now for engulfing 5-minute ORB here, which I love above the VWAP, even then I like, I don't know. But that looks more, if it gets, I understand you're short, but if it gets above the VWAP, then now that'll be more long.
Well,
if it gets above the VWAP,
I'm waiting to
right?
See what it does because it's just playing around on the VWAP here. So it's not
like that's a good rejection there.
Where it's gonna go.
Like if it's rejecting here and if it breaks down, that could be nice. You get a drop right to 411. But now it's not doing that. No. 5-minute ORB engulfing will be right here. That's our entry. 5-minute ORB engulfing pattern. Off the VWAP, and this will be a great risk to reward. Here's the pullback. Let's see. Pullback. Okay, good. Let's see what this pullback does. If we regain that 414, I would love to see on the next candle. Oh, we still got 45 seconds for the next candle. We might not get that. Oh, maybe. Okay, patience. Wait for the signal. Don't jump the gun. SMCI. I'll wait for it here because this can go either way. I like it long above the VWAP. Peter likes it short below the VWAP. And right now, I don't have an edge on this one. So let me look at SMCI. SMCI. Oh, it's gone.
There we go. All right, come on, let's go.
You short, Peter?
Break even.
Nice.
Yeah, I got short when I called it.
Nice.
Got to bring it up here for you guys.
Let's see if we get the drop here. It's kind of come on. Stay below VWAP.
It came and stopped me out.
Oh, where was your stop?
It's too choppy. I put my stop at break even. You can see where I entered first, and then I entered again above VWAP. I got a quick partial because my break even was at 414. And I just don't. I don't like it when they're choppy like this. That doesn't give me the warm fuzzy feeling, right? So I don't stick. Like you're good at you just sit in there. You're like, I took it.
Well, because I'm putting my stop above the VWAP, right? With your stop, I get it. Makes sense.
I'm just less aggressive, if you will, or more
no, I get it. I get it. You might get your move, man.
I know.
I think this looks good for short. It looks good. Like if it keeps selling, if it breaks down this 413, you're looking at 411 pretty nicely here. So all right, let's see.
I'm
Let's
not.
see. Oh, maybe
I'm
not.
not. It's not certain where it's gone. It's
Yeah,
tough to tell. Like it's as I said,
it's too
I don't
messy.
like these choppy things. They're not as fun for me. Oh, look at
Oh,
Nvidia though. It's looking weak again.
are we rich yet, chat? No, not yet, not yet. Scarfin USA. We need a little more trading first. You guys don't go getting rich on me before me, and leave the chat. We'll not be happy. We leave together here. Okay, stick around.
That's what you mean
Stick
by
around.
rich. I mean, I read a very rich life, but
Oh, my
somebody's
life is
just really
rich, but it's
money.
not. It's not Mark Zuckerberg rich, right? It's not that rich, but
Hmm.
no, my life, man.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, hold
I
on a
argue
second.
I think I have a better family life than Zuckerberg. So in that way,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I don't know.
eclipse
He
his
seems
wealth.
like a good family man. Like he seems a little odd. Guy's a little odd, but he seems like a good. Yeah, he seems
He's just a
like
little
you could
odd.
tell. Like, yeah, he's a good father. Elon Musk. I don't know about him, but yeah, you could tell like from the little bit that we see,
No,
he
I
seems.
can't imagine Elon being a good
No,
dad.
no, he's
But
too
oh,
technical.
see, there's the drop. A little bit of a
Um,
drop there. Oh, I gotta have more confidence in these trades sometimes.
I like Google, guys. I'm gonna go long Google here. So a lot of things are shaping up nicely. The VWAP breakout plus the 5 minute engulfing as well. My stop is below the VWAP here, so 324.54 is what we're gonna give it. Let's see if we can hold here. I like this reversal. Let's see if we can get the break to the high of the day. It's only 326.688. It's not that far out actually. All right, let's see. Let's see. I like it. I like the way the 5 minutes set up. So two strategies here: 5 minute engulfing if we can get going, or breakout. Not really engulfing, breakout more than anything. And then we also have the beautiful VWAP breakout. Not the cleanest, right? And the signal would have been here. So I'm a little bit late to the party. But in comparing everything I have, all the information I have, looks like we might actually get a nice breakout if it's gonna give us a continuation. So the setup is good. We're in it. We just gotta let it play out and do its thing. All right, who called that? Nice, good work. Whoever called that long Google in chat.
Oh, look at Nvidia
Kumar,
selling off.
Kumar, or in
Nvidia
Karma.
finally selling off,
Also,
and
good
Tesla
job,
down at
guys.
412. Oh man.
Good job.
Oh,
Good
Carlos,
job.
I just gotta, train with more confidence at the open. I'm working on it, but my
Nah, I
goodness.
think you got it, man. I think the stops are tight. Uh,
I'm not
you
see, but
know,
I cost it's more I cost myself opportunity than save myself from risk more often than not.
right?
So
Yeah, yeah. Agree.
that's
Agree.
that's frustrating. So
Yeah.
oh, look at that. Look at the move on Nvidia. It's now down to 172, whereas Tesla's down at 412. And Google is
It's trying, but it's struggling. I didn't realize how close this high of the day was here.
yeah. It, it's it's
126.88.
also fighting against the market. So
Yeah,
because the whole market's moving down right now. So the fact that
that
you're
does
getting a move
not
higher
help.
is pretty good, Carlos.
Yeah, it just tells you how strong this stock is. Because if the market turns around, like the Qs are dropping, making a new low right
Yeah.
now as we speak. If that turns
Yeah.
around, it can actually boost Google to
Oh,
go higher. But again,
yeah.
eventually, if it keeps dropping, the weight, everything just gives in, right? Look at that. Yeah,
Oh
just too
no.
much
Oh
weight.
no. Look at Tesla.
Yeah.
Oh, Carlos, I was there. I was
Oh
in that
man, you
trade.
was in it. You was in it.
Oh,
Oh, I feel you, my friend. I feel you. All right, we're below our break even here on Google or our entry.
that was a bad decision. The stop at break even, bad decision.
Yeah,
Ay ay ay. Oh well. All right. Live and learn. Live and learn.
that's it. All right, we might get stopped out on Google because the market
I'll take my
continues to drop. So
take my little
324.50
bit
is
of
our
money.
stop. We're right on it. Oh yeah, we gotta get out. This thing is gonna go short. The market is just falling apart here. Um,
Yeah, it's pretty heavy push
yeah,
downward. That makes it tough. That's a
Yeah,
shame,
yeah.
Carlos, because I mean,
It was gonna be a
Google's
good move,
trying,
man.
but
I felt
just
it. It's gonna be a good move.
it got overwhelmed by the market, I think, in the short term.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll keep looking at it. I think we'll get another shot at it going higher if the market can hold this drop here. I think we'll get another chance to get back in it. So just stop out, guys. Take your stop out, and you can always get back in, right? So how's Tesla doing? NVIDIA. I was in NVIDIA too, man. I forgot about my little short here. I was in it too. Unfortunately, this thing stopped us out at break even. Or no, actually, we got out because we kind of felt the buying pressure. And then look at this drop here. Ah, NVIDIA, Tesla, Google is strong, friends. I'm going to go long. I'm going to go long Google the minute it shows some strength above the VWAP. I think the stock wants to go higher if the market allows it to here. So let's just sit and wait. No, I went long above VWAP. No, I don't like going long below VWAP or short above VWAP. I really like the VWAP break, but no, I'm actually long above VWAP here. Suze. Yeah, rarely would I do that. I mean, there can be some occasions, but rarely would I do that. Go against the VWAP like that. It depends. Do you have it with the pre-market or do you have it with the anchored? A lot of people don't have it anchored because you would know if you had it anchored, you'll be setting that date, right? But it could be VWAP calculating pre-market or without pre-market. I think that's what can make the slight difference, you know. And it's so close sometimes that it doesn't really make a difference. Like sometimes it'll be so close. Like let's say the VWAP was here.
No.
You know, it's very close. You can still use both, I think. So it's very, very close. Either way, we would have not gotten our move here, right? Whether you play this VWAP or that VWAP, you was not going to get the continuation. We're looking for like 329, 330. We're not going to get it, you know?
Zeus, I appreciate you being worried about me. I'm just frustrated at the lost opportunity. Look at Nvidia and Tesla. Both made the moves that we were looking at. I called Nvidia and didn't take it. I took Tesla and chickened out at break even, and both of them have worked absolutely amazing. Like it would have been a huge day for me. Yeah, chill out. Yeah, fair enough. It's when you do it against yourself, right? Like again, losses, you notice losses don't bother me as much as when I fail to execute on
Yeah.
what I said I was going to do. And I came into today saying that's what I wanted to do, right? That I was going to take the trades and I was just going to sit in them and let them work or not. And because I know, like I can call these things. I just have to. I don't understand why I
Yeah.
don't have more faith. I got to trust myself. Trust myself more.
Yes. All right. Focused on Google back above the VWAP.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot. I've got a guest coming too. So get some water. Don't worry, I've got my water here. Water's always ever present. It's right here. I do have a special guest coming.
Nice. Nice.
We'll have to get the we'll have to set up the puppy cam.
Andrew writing that NVIDIA short, just lovely. Okay, here it is. Google above the VWAP is what I'm looking for. We'll get back into it. Let's see if we can set up here. Even with the Qs pushing lower, Google's trying to go higher. This move might not happen now. It might need to wait until the Qs are playing nice.
Oh my God. Four. That's a $6 move, Carlos. $6. $6.
Yeah. I mean, Nvidia was $3 for me. Would have been $3-4 in Nvidia.
Yeah.
Like if I would have held to my original stop up here, But again, it's
Entry,
just
that would have been such a
we
good
made the
trade.
decision with what we had. We
Yeah.
can't really ask for anything else.
Yep. Oh well.
All right, here it is. Let's see if Google is gonna put in the work. It's trying. Friends over on YouTube, thank you so much for watching and being with us here today. Really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. Our goal is 400. Most days we get it. But it's nice when we get it early and we're still here to watch the actually numbers go up. So if you haven't had the opportunity to hit that thumbs up, please do so. It helps us out a ton, and it'll make Peter feel a little better from not taking all these trades, just a tiny
Yeah.
bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that.
SMCI,
Oh.
yes, you guys did call SMCI another great short. I mean, yeah, between SMCI, Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD. I mean, pick your poison. It's either one of those were awesome, right? Awesome. The only ones holding here, oh, Meta the other way, my friends. Wow, the only ones two holding here is Meta, holding here, and also Google as well, both holding. But if the market continues to drop, they're gonna have a tough time trying to do what they're trying to do here. Just look at Google right now, bouncing off the VWAP and going lower. But I don't have a play to join that party there. How about POTR? Let's take a look. POTR, same thing. Another short. On POTR, another great short.
My goodness.
Goes. How'd the ANF do? ANF was Abercrombie and Fitch, garbage. Kohls also not so great.
Usually pretty bad. Sort of like Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, how
looked
did
like
Dick's
it was
do?
going to move well. It made one good
So
move right
bad.
at the open,
Yeah,
and then then it's awful. So that's
garbage.
typical what you expect. ZIM was another one we were looking at, potential buyout, right? Options.
Which is that one?
Not
ZYM?
ZIM. ZIM.
Oh, ZIM. Yep.
ZIM, whatever you want to say.
There we
But
go.
yeah,
Got
it's not doing much
Yeah.
today. It's which is not a
garbage.
surprise. One that did actually go up, interesting, and is holding that is Novo Nordisk. NVO had a good pull higher off the open. So that was a good move higher. And Brian in the chat room, he was trading Coreweave, CRWV, and that, like a lot of things, had so just a consistent drop right off the open, started going lower.
Yeah.
Looks like it's bouncing now, but that was a very nice move right there. So
I am so committed to getting Google today. I think we're gonna get a nice move on this one. So we'll see. We'll see. We just gotta wait for the signal. Go down with NVIDIA. Yes, for the most part. Yeah, mental game. Yep. Are not feeling the love today. I didn't get filled on Google. What a performance on DAS. Really? Who's your broker? That's Google should be a quick fill. I mean, liquidity is great on this thing. You should not have an issue getting filled. Peter, did you fall?
no, I'm just
Oh, I thought, like, all I see is a camera. Like, did Peter fall? Oh my God, man down, man down. Go get Peter.
Man down.
Peter's good. Okay.
We're just trying to get this set up here so that it makes sense.
All right, here we go.
All right, that's what we'll do. That works.
Awesome. All right, let's see.
There's we've got
Nicola, that is awesome, man. I just made the quickest, biggest, and most profitable short on ES of my life. 10K in like 5 minutes. Hey, man, congrats. Congrats.
There you go. That's nice.
Nice. Congratulations, man. Sweet.
Wow. It might have been remember what I mentioned earlier on in the broadcast. with the shortened week, with the Thanksgiving holiday, we do see reduced volumes, or can often see reduced volumes, which means we may see less price action, less movement here through the afternoon. So the open might, sort of not last as long. Like we're here, we're not even 10 o'clock yet, and it already feels like maybe we're slowing down a little bit. We're getting a bounce back here on Tesla, back up to VWAP.
Yeah, look at the Qs, man. Qs are rocking.
Bouncing back too.
Do we have any data? Any data? This looks data-ish type.
There is a 10. So at 10, we do have a couple of things that are coming. Nothing that I would honestly, Carlos, expect to move
Put
the
on the
market.
list.
Yeah,
Yep.
but at 10, we've got home sales, consumer confidence is coming out, business inventories, a bunch of stuff like that. Normally, that doesn't move markets, but we'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. It doesn't really matter what the data is. You'll see it in the market movement first, if at all.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
All right. Just watching Google here, friends, above the VWAP. See if we can get. You are applied, guys. So while you're after Google, I think it's gonna break high today. I really think this will be a gut feeling type trade. Yeah, I want to say I'm 90% disciplined, but that 10% is pretty strong sometimes. And so I am after Google with my 10%. That's a little bit on the Wild Wild West side, but we're gonna do it strategically, right? We're gonna wait for an actual setup like we did here, like here. Beautiful setup. So my thought process is that if we can get a strategy here, like a nice VWAP breakout, I think the continuation might follow. I think that's my thought process. So just because given the great positive news that it has, like I'm not going long just to go long because of positive news, but if I can get a setup that can get me in long, and then the positive news can drive this higher, can drive the volatility, great, right? But we'll see. Right now, it's not doing anything. It's trying. Market is rebounding. Google's not rebounding on it. And also, I don't trade reversals like many of you guys do, right? Like Tesla, beautiful V reversal. I don't trade that. Same thing here with NVIDIA. It's not my thing. Google, AMD, same thing. Nice reversal. So I don't really have any other place that I would go for. Meta's already doing its thing. I'm just waiting for Google to follow here. Look at Meta. Oh man. Meta on the move.
Yeah, Meta's at high day right now.
Yeah, $4 plus above that VWAP. So here it is. Here's my, I'm gonna go Google now, and then my stop will be 323.50. So we got not the most cleanest VWAP breakout. Like I would love this count to be a little bit higher. I would love this pullback to actually happen at the VWAP and then the breakout here. But I think if I wait too long, we might miss the move. So we're gonna go with it here. We're looking for 327 at least. But I really think the continuation with the news should give us a nice move. Let's see what happens. Not Google. The Qs are in our favor right now. QQQ is moving higher. So let's see if we can get Google to follow suit here. The challenge we have though is this thing's been up quite a bit. Look at this daily. So how much more can we get out of this? That could be tough as well. So we'll see. See what happens. All right, what else we have? Meta. Yeah, Meta was explosive here. Look at that. Chopped all morning. Nothing. And then boom. All-time highs and looking to head higher. That's nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we'll see. We'll see how Google does. What else, friends? What are you guys looking at? What's in play? Tesla VWAP. Yes. It's another one that could be pretty nice too here. Tesla.
Oh, looks like the Andrew indicator, Carlos. He's he's long Google.
Oh
Been
yeah, see,
he's see he's been long for a little bit though. He's taken
nice.
profit here above VWAP, so
Should have
he
taken a
had the
bigger
same
size.
idea.
If I knew he was long, I would have taken a bigger size. I would have load the boat on the Andrew
Oh
indicator.
well, yeah,
Where's the Andrew emojis? Can we do the Andrew emojis in chat? I'm gonna have to join Lambos and Garbage Truck so I can throw the
yeah.
emojis. I don't have the emojis. I don't have
Where's the
them.
little one?
Uh,
Oh no,
I do not have. So
they're locked.
if
What are these?
there it is, there's Andrew. There's Andrew emojis in chat. Very nice. So Peter, we're gonna have to end up joining. Here is how we join.
Yeah.
Right over here. Pay $5 to get in here, and then you get all these emojis down here. So these are the loyalty badges. So we got a couple of what is this here? Whatever this very cool Dow bull. So a couple of you guys have this badge already, and then depending on how you go, I think this is 3 months, 2 months, and this will be later down the line. Morning View, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you here. Good to have you. And then we got these funny ones. Look at this. This is great. All right.
I know. I love having my
That's
own
awesome.
emoji.
I'm gonna have to join because I want to
that's-
use those.
That's cool.
I'm gonna have to pay the $5. There's no way around it. All right. Sure, why not? Pay the $5. Get me in. I'm in. I'm green. Excellent. All right. So let's see here. How do we use these emojis? Where are they? This is pretty good. Well, yes, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Very nice. Very nice. You click on the face and you'll see it. You'll see it right on the top. Bearable Traders emojis. You see Peter and you see all the faces there. We'll add some more as we move forward there. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right, so now I can actually see the videos. Lambos and Garbage Truck. I can actually see the videos. All right, so Google's coming back here. Let's see if it holds for you at my stop, 323.50. Want to hold above that. Yeah, this is, I don't know, man. I feel this is going to go. I really have this is not my best type trade. So again, careful on this one. But I think we're going to get our move here on Google. I think it's such a strong catalyst. I got in on a decent breakout strategy though. Decent 5-minute. I'm sorry, view at breakout. So let's see if we can get the break above that 327, 328 area. So we'll see where it goes. No, they're doing some stuff with Meta. This is why Meta is running too. Like if you look at Meta's getting a nice pop. They're up today 2%. Google is up 2% as well. So they're doing this. Was TUP Peter TUP GUTU something.
TPUs.
TPUs, yes.
TPUs.
Yep. We'll see.
Like GPUs
We'll see how that
and
plays
CPUs,
out.
and now there's TPUs.
Yeah. All right, Google's going against me here. I had an opportunity to get out of 327. I was looking for 328.
NVIDIA's back down.
Let's see if it can hold the VWAP, get above. The VWAP will be important. What is TPU? I have no idea, man. I just heard about it today for the first time. I don't know what TPU is, but it's some kind of processor, I'm assuming. What does the T stand for?
It is. It stands for, well, there's a bunch of acronyms for TPU, but the one we're talking about is a AI focused processing unit that helps with metadata, and they're called tensor processing units. Anyways,
So it's basically
apparently,
a graphics card. Is it a graphics card? Graphics chip?
I don't. Good question. I don't know. I know that it's supposed to help with large data sets, metadata, when you're doing AI related processing. It sounds like it's an old term that's been reused, but I've doesn't sound familiar to me. So I've never heard of TPUs before today. But a couple people
Mm.
in the chat room are saying, "Oh no, it's an old term." I'm like, well, seems like it's
Old term
gained new use.
that is back. Yeah.
All that's old is new again. Yeah.
All right, 323.50. We're just above my stop here. Man, we are battling. Like if you look at this price section, there is a very nice battle going on with the bears and bulls here. I mean, it is happening. I hope we're not getting into choppy trading until after the holidays. Like it's too early. I feel like we're not even at Christmas yet. Like we shouldn't be getting too choppy yet. Let's hope not, man. Because then what happens is all the action happens in the pre-market. Then market comes, you get a couple of plays, and then everybody just goes sideways. And I hope that's not the case. And but we're seeing that with Google right now. It's not ideal. All
No,
right, so
you
I'm
look
ready to
at
pull the
NVIDIA
trigger.
back at low of day. Oh my goodness, I didn't want to. I didn't want to go chasing this and take that VWAP bounce because it looked like it might actually want to go higher. But
Mm-hmm.
man, it is wow.
Man, Google is tough right now. Google is tough. Like every time it comes to this area, it is really difficult to see what the heck is going on right in here. Oh
Yeah.
man,
I
it
don't
is
know if this
tough.
moved down. So 10 o'clock we got to move down. I don't think it was related to the data. I don't know. Consumer confidence number was a lot lower than anticipated. The retail inventories were lower than anticipated, although that's normally considered a good thing. Home sales were actually higher. So we got some mixed data coming out, but right at 10, you notice that we did get a market reversal again, right? We went back down. So maybe it was data related.
Yeah. Uh Candy, what did you make your day on? Candy made her money and she's done for the day. But I think
Yeah,
she trades a lot. I think you
why
take a lot
not?
of trades, right? Not in a bad way. I mean that's just your style. So you might trade a couple of tickers to
If
make
you,
that happen.
if you
Uh do you
make your
think
money
that
and
you're
run.
too much
Nothing wrong with that.
bombarded by technology? People in the past were much more satisfied versus today. Uh, yes, we are definitely bombarded by technology. There's no question. I mean, there's just
Well,
no
yeah.
question. And a lot of it's not because people want to. I think they're forced to. I think some people are forced to be on tech, right? Or else you fall behind.
Mm.
Give you an example, right? Working 2005, got my first job. What's the first thing they gave me? Well, not right away actually. That was an entry level, but 20 maybe say 2008, right? Oh, 2008 was a great year for me in my career. Couple of promotions, got my first BMW. What they gave me as soon as I became a manager, assistant manager, a BlackBerry, right? A BlackBerry. So
Oh
that's when it
yeah.
started. That's when it started, getting hooked to technologies. And it's not. And at that time, I was very eager to move up the ladder. Um, and my eyes were glued to that thing, looking for emails, not playing games. Emails. Like just
Yep.
and you were forced to do that. And the ones that were not on top of their emails like that would miss opportunities. I was on top of my emails, so I caught every single opportunity. After hours, I was there. I came in early, left late. And I remember one time the CEO was still working. Everybody's gone. I'm sitting there in my department myself. I'm still in order, like a team leader, so very very early in the career. He comes over. Where's everybody? I need some help. You come over here. Come to my office. I'm like, oh, got up, went to the CEO office. Now he's got my name in his head. Oh, Carlos was here. Carlos was here. So this it was all tech emails. It's just there. It's engraved into you, right? Somebody sends an email, a couple of people copy. Whoever responds first, is the one that gets the job done. It's the one that sticks out. So you're forced sometimes to do that, depending on your career. So yeah, we're bombarded by it. There's no question about it. And it's a shame. Sometimes you have no choice. Other times you have a choice. But I think a lot of people is it's not by choice. I think I want to think
Here was
so.
here. I'll post a link to a short YouTube video for you guys. This was Carlos's theory for working hard.
I used to be quick. Oh yeah, I was so quick with the emails, man. And I used to get like 300 emails a day. It was wild. And yeah, a few of them you didn't have to respond, but you still have to read them. You still have to open and read them. So it's my wife's like, put that thing down. I'm just like, well, my girlfriend at that time. But you know, she wasn't complaining when she was getting driven around in a BMW. She was happy as hell. She's like,
Yeah,
this is what brings the money. So yeah,
well,
oh, go ahead, Sudi, answer those emails. you know, so
there was a lot of that being in the right place at the right time, Carlos. Sometimes the
oh,
working early or late because it puts you in.
oh, it puts you in a different
Yeah,
world. Yeah,
got you the focus.
yeah.
Was there mobile technology during my career? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've showed you guys
How
some
old do you
of it.
guys
Look,
think Peter is? Peter's like 5 years older than I am. You guys make it seem like Peter was born in like 1940 or something, where they had telephone cord phones or whatever. They didn't have
yeah.
phones. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I've showed you guys this before. Look at this bad boy.
That's sexy.
We're
That is sexy thing, man.
yeah, huh? Look at that. The old BlackBerry logo.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, this thing's a classic. Look, I've got like the belt clip and the belt pouch and everything,
We need to bring
and
that back, Peter. The belt
yeah, look
pouches.
at this. Look at
Oh, you
this.
had to
The
slide
old
up.
keyboard. Yeah, I love this thing. This is later too in my technology career. I mean, I had like many generations before this one. This is just the one that I ended up with. It just sits in my cupboard just for this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I like this one actually. Vintage. Yeah, this is absolutely vintage. It still works. If I charge it up, it'll still work. Has an impressive 5 megapixel camera on it. So there you go. You're welcome. See? Yeah, I've got lots of good tech stories. And you're right, Carlos, about sometimes to get ahead in your career, the things that you do and the focus and it was cool at the time. I don't want to do it anymore, but I
No,
really
yeah,
I
I
enjoy
don't.
I loved my
Yeah.
corporate career. I had a lot of fun. I liked the work I did. I mean, you worked your ass off, but it was interesting for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Interesting
Yeah.
until it wasn't. So
Somebody saying Peter used to have pigeons to send messages in the past.
show us,
Nah, I think
show
that's
us your
Brian.
pager.
I
Yeah,
think
I
that
had to
was
return my pager. I did start my career using pagers, absolutely, but that was long before. Yeah, I could talk to you about all the generations of technology. Oh yeah, I had a Palm Pilot. Before the Palm Pilot, I had something called a Scion. God, I loved that thing. I wish I still had it. I don't know where it
mm,
ever went. It's long since lost. But that was like my favorite technology of all the ones back when
yeah.
they were PDAs, personal digital assistants. Remember that term? Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
going back.
Going back. All right,
All
friends, we're
right,
just
guys, I'm
waiting
still
for Google to do something. Like we keep
I'm
hitting
still
120,
watching here.
327. Um, I want to get at least 1.5 on this as far as ours, right? So see if we can get the breakout. See if my thesis of this thing wanting to give us a continuation is going to happen. But so far, we've been failing. 5 minutes looks good, like it wants to break this level, but this 327 just keeps being
Does.
so tough, man. It's playing hard to get here. Let's see another shot added here. So we'll see if we could break the high of the day. High of the day 327.37. And here it is, trying. Okay, I might actually do it this time. Might actually do it. Okay, there it is. Oh, we just tapped. Oh, there it is. New high of the day. All right, now I'm just gonna.
I think your mic is doing the thing again, Carlos.
Oh yeah, let me fix it.
It's
All
going
right, there
staticky,
it
and
is.
he's got to reset
Yeah.
it. So there you go. Now he's good to go again.
Yeah, CIA is
All right.
tapping in. They're tapping in.
Come on, Google, do it for Carlos. Let's go.
Yeah, it's
I am still reeling from the earlier trades. I'm glad for the people that had a great morning. I would like to be with you. I should be with you, but I am not.
come on, man. This reminds me of like the the Adam Sandler. Are you too good for your own home? Get up there. I said that to you, Peter.
Yesterday. Yeah, you were saying that to me.
Are you too good for your own home? Come on, get up to 329.
Go to your home.
Man.
Go to your home.
This is brutal. Look at the 15-minute time frame. Let me take a look. 15 minutes. Yeah, that's a nice engulfing pattern for a break, but again, it's just struggling. 15-minute engulfing pattern there. It's beautiful. 5-minute. This is the top of the 5-minute ORB as well. So it's just a lot happening here. We're just high of the day, but we are just not getting the break. You're really not. Look at that, struggling. So having a very, very hard time.
Indeed.
No, Peter, unfortunately, is not going. He is staying behind on this one for Thailand.
Yeah. My wife was. Anyways, Carlos, you can understand relationships.
Oh, yes.
We were talking about this. My wife asked me the other day because Paris started posting things, and I'm like, oh my god, I so much would love to go. And she's like, well, I don't understand. Why aren't you going? And I'm like, I just said because I promised you I wouldn't. But she's like, well, what do you mean? Like, you can go if you want to. And I'm like, we do this all the time, this dance, right? Where she told me clearly when it happened, you're not going on this trip. Not this time. You've done all the others. We're not going on this trip. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going, and I didn't book it.
That's
but
it.
This happens all the time, and I'm like, and then we get to this point, and I'm like, I just want to go, and she's like, well, you could have gone if you wanted, and I'm like, no, I couldn't have. You would have been giving me hell. I would have been in the doghouse for the next 3 months.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
I would have been in trouble. And
well, I was as you know, Peter, I was ready not to go. And my wife was like, you should go. And I'm like, it's your birthday, the number 29. There's no way I'm gonna leave you on your birthday. So there's some back and forth, and then it got sweeter for her, the deal, and she's like, okay, let's go. I'm like, all right,
here we go, Carlos. So, come on.
I'm glad. Go. Yeah, here it is, friends. Finally, Google's getting something. Let's get our 1 minute. There it is. 128. I'm just gonna take a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little bit. I know it might go higher. Oh yes.
Here we go.
Finally.
Come on.
Google did something here, friends. Finally. So right there, partial, and by now we should get more than this. I mean,
right at the top of the candle.
Right at the top,
nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Should give us more, man. Come on, you made a new high. Let's get going.
Yeah, it's struggling to move here today.
No. Don't come back. This make a new. Use this as support. Turn this into support and just turn that 327 into support and just keep climbing higher.
Yeah, sorry guys. I was probably talking quieter because I didn't want to be overheard.
I knew why you were doing it. I was just not gonna say it.
Yeah.
I want to be a good wingman. I want to be a good wingman. I want to be that guy like, oh, no. Come on now. And you guys in chat, why you should pick this up too. Don't people are saying we can't really hear Peter. Well, you know why you could barely hear Peter. Don't ask any questions.
That's right.
Thanks, boss.
That's right. I'm not alone in the house. Not alone in the
That's
house.
right.
Anyways.
Oh,
You know what?
man.
Those are the conversations you always need to navigate. And I'm just like, I made the decision. There's no argument. I made the decision.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
made
yeah.
the decision because I knew I had to.
Yeah.
I always find that funny. My wife is very balanced. She's much more reasonable than most people I've ever met.
My
Especially when
wife
you hear all
too.
the stories about
She's
crazy people
yeah.
out there.
When it
But
comes
it
to
doesn't
planning
it
and
doesn't limit.
organization, budgets, and being responsible, she's the one. I mean, she's just, which is good because you need that balance. I'm a little too reckless on this side. She reels me in. It's like, come back here. I remember we were sitting. We had something wrong with our boiler, and these guys came in, a company, very reputable company here in New Jersey, and they're like, "Oh yeah," the guy came. "Oh yeah, you need a new one. It's not working." Blah blah. I'm like, "Ah, bring the guy." Sales guy comes over the next day on Saturday. We're sitting there. My wife is up with my daughter in gymnastics. I'm like, "Yeah, let's get a new one. How much is it? 30 grand. $30,000. No problem. Let's get it." My wife comes like, "Oh, here's my wife. Let's talk." She's like, "We have to think about this, and we'll call you back." And the guy looks at me like, "Oh, she's the boss." Like, "Oh yeah, she's the finance boss." He's like, "We have to review this and we'll get back to you." And that's it. And that was that. And the guy spent like 2 hours with me showing me all the bells and whistles. And I was just like, "Yeah, oh, this is great. This is great." She's like, "We'll get back to you." As we sat down at the table, like, "Thank you. We'll get back to you." She is, which is smart, and actually glad we did. She saved us a bunch of money because what happened was we found someone that actually does this type of work. One of our friends through a friend. Guy came in and says, "Your boiler's brand new, man. All you need is, to change these three pieces, $1,800." And he came and did the job himself at a great discount. I'm like, I was about to pay 30 grand, over who knows how many, years. Like, wow. So
Damn, that's
yeah, they were gonna get me, man. They're gonna get me pretty good. So yeah.
All right. I'm glad you're getting the move on Google. Let's see if it can go higher. Hopefully. Look at this. Carlos, all-time highs.
Yeah. Yep, I see that.
See, where's the pre-market? I mean,
I'm gonna take another partial here.
You got all the way up to 333 almost here.
That's what I'm saying.
But pre-market doesn't, once the market opens, the big money doesn't necessarily care what the crazy people were doing pre-market. So
yeah. Yeah, and NJ is expensive. Yeah, it was yeah, we came out to like it was like 29 something for everything.
Ready for a move down on SMCI? Let's see, what is SMCI? I haven't even looked at SMCI all day today. What's it doing? I don't know. SMCI is just hanging out below VWAP. There's a little bit of weakness on the level 2. Yeah, it does look downside oriented for sure. So
yeah. I took another partial, man, just in case. Because we're struggling. I think it can go, but I don't wanna come back below 327 with a lot of shares. So 3 partials to 328, which is nice because now we at least got at least close to 2 hours on it so far. All right, friends, what did you guys trade today? What did you guys get into? Were you in a Meta? I'm sorry, in a Google with us here? You guys trade that?
Interesting.
SMCI. You definitely gotta take risks to make money. You just gotta take calculated risk, right? It's a calculated risk, and again, it depends on so many things. Like, this is why I don't look at nobody else in the way they're trading and their size they're taking. For you, it could be completely different. You might be more risk, maybe to tolerate more risk. Other people know. So All depends, man. All depends. Your trading style, your mentality, what you're comfortable doing. All these things matter. So all these things matter. Again, it's like going to the gym. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym and you see people, you're gonna compare yourself to a guy that's been there, you know, 10 years, 15 years. No, you can't compare yourself to that. You gotta work on your own sets and your own weight and your own style.
Yeah, the gym can always be an intimidating thing, isn't it? Because you end up doing dumb things at the gym, especially if you're a guy. You get into this
Yeah,
testosterone
yeah,
pile.
yeah.
I did it just this morning. This morning there was an arm curl machine. I go to a spin class, and I was just waiting for the class to start. So yeah, I'll do some arm exercises because spinning is all legs. So, and I love my cycling. So, but you go to the machine, and it was set to like, I can't remember what it was set to, like 90 pounds, right? And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I can't arm curl 90 pounds. Like, it's just not, I just can't. But you're like, wow, I wonder who was sitting here before me. I feel like I didn't even know, right? And nobody was watching me, nobody cared. But I'm like, oh, maybe I should try it. And I'm like, what am I doing? Stop being an idiot. I just set it to a weight I could handle. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not looking to prove anything, but you can't help it.
Yeah.
It's the guy testosterone thing where you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do this. And that's when you hurt yourself because you're doing something you shouldn't.
No, no, yeah. I'm always very,
Yeah.
very, I go very light.
Apparently I'm very quiet today. Why am I so quiet today? Hello?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Your levels are all the
The
way up.
level's off?
No, the
Okay.
level's up. It's good.
I'm not talking that quiet anymore. Let's see here. I can set my gain higher. I'll set my gain higher, see if that helps.
Yeah, I could push you up a
All
little
right,
more
hold on.
here if we need to. Let's see.
Yeah. No, my mic should be set properly.
All right, I'll put you up
Okay.
higher.
All right.
All right.
We're good. Guess I needed to
Hopefully.
talk into the mic. I'm not talking into the mic properly.
Okay. All right, Peter's trying to be as quiet as possible, given any conversation that might escape that door.
That's right. That's right.
Oh boy, oh boy. All right, so glad I took these parts. I think still Google is going to head higher, but it's going to give us a very tough time to do so. Like
Thanks,
it's
Zeus.
really, really taking a sweet time here. AMD, Kohl, and the other ones not really doing a whole lot. The big trades today were the short on Tesla, the short on Nvidia, the short on AMD. These were the good ones today. Coreweave, same thing, beautiful short.
Well,
PLTR,
don't
so
remind me.
as well. Yeah, don't remind you, I know, but so many good opportunities there as well. All right, so in here's another example. We don't talk about this a lot. Well, actually we do, but just want to remind you again how important it is to just stop out, right? We got in, we didn't get our move to 328, we stopped out, right? Don't hold on through this crap, because what this will do is you eventually will give up and probably get out at 322, and now you lost almost $3 more than you were supposed to for no reason, right? You can't just get out, and then when it shows up again, you get back in, and you see if you have a better opportunity this time. But right, holding through this, yes, it would have worked out. Like I could have held through this and not have this loss, and then made this money here, perfect. But the problem is, some days this is not going to come back, and when that doesn't happen, you're already 2 times 3 times more past you what you agreed to pay for this trade. So don't stick around, stick to your stops, and then come back and get in again. And this is something that we teach at Bear with Traders. You can always get back in. You do not need to force anything past your stop, right? This alone here can save people's careers in trading. Just this alone right there. And I was one of those traders, and I say this a lot. I always bring it up because this was a big problem for me, because I'm very optimistic. My personality, it's going to work. Let's do it. Let's go. That doesn't work in trading. Holding through a stop here saying, it's going to come back. No, that works in business. It's not anything else, but in trading, that does not work, right?
No.
You will blow up, and I did. I did blow up doing that. So don't do that. Don't do that. Stop out, come back, reassess, get back in the trade, and you're much better off. Like here, hey, we had our loss. We cover our loss already, right? By getting back in. So we don't need to really force things. Don't do that. Google hit 333. I'm hoping. Yeah, it did pre-market. I don't know if it was it 333. Yeah, pre-market went up pretty good. So I'm hoping that we can get. I don't expect that. I would love 330. I would love 330.
Gents, you put a
Um,
toot.
you know.
I don't I don't understand the question. I don't G RGOREC Gorek. I don't know how to say your name. Anyways, gents, you put a 2 times short on Google. What does it mean? The second red arrow. Not sure what that means. Uh,
Oh,
Carlos
if
has
you're
gone
talking about my
long.
trades, yeah, I'm long. Yeah, and I know it might
He
be
went long
difficult.
twice.
Yeah, let me zoom in here. So this is our first trade, right? Long stopped out. Okay, so that's done there. And then this is our second trade. Zoom in a little bit more. We went long, long here, and then uh took a bit. This was interesting. Right to my stop and just the back and forth, the back and forth. This was very interesting. I didn't think we were gonna survive this. And then look at that. The buyer showed up nicely, survived the move, partial, partial, partial. So long and then partials here. And we might go again here. Let's see. Might be another opportunity to go here.
Yeah, the market's finally moving higher, so that's good. That'll be supportive of your trade. And I
Mm-hmm.
was just looking at Microsoft, looking at it for a short below VWAP, but I saw the market moving higher, and I don't like it anymore. It's not. It doesn't look that weak, so I don't like to. I won't trade Microsoft against the market. I've learned not to do that. So. So let's hope this move higher is good for Carlos and his Google trade.
Yeah, yeah. All right, here we are. Here we are, 328 again, showing some more resistance there. Will you get back in at EMA support, meaning add? I'm still in. But no, I wouldn't add. The way things are trading today, I wouldn't add. Because though we're moving higher, it is not an easy higher. It is not flowing the way we would like to see this flow, right? Like nice ABCD
No.
patterns after ABCD patterns. We're not seeing that. And the later we get, I think the much more choppier it's going to be.
Yeah.
So especially when you got the holiday coming up. Oh, look at Nvidia, nice reversal on Nvidia.
Yeah.
So yeah, I normally don't add to begin with, and I definitely wouldn't add now. Like I don't think this is the best scenario to add in, right? So um, so we'll see.
And see, you don't necessarily know where things are going. SMCI, I know someone had mentioned they were looking at a short on SMCI. It's now popped up above the VWAP, so that's not good. And the order book had looked short. In fact, there's still orders short on the order book, but it clearly didn't follow through. So this is why, I unless I've got a strong, my normal signal, I won't be trading this type of directional trade. So again, I'm maybe just gonna have to live with the disappointment of missing the missing my open two moves. Right, I had two
Mm-hmm.
opportunities, and I aborted on one after getting in, and I didn't even hit the button on the other. So,
Yeah, yeah.
ay ay ay. I keep moving away. Apparently, my microphone's very sensitive today. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Not usually like that. So maybe when you reset your computer, and I got your. I mean, let me see if I can. Yeah, I got you at 100%. I don't know.
Yeah, seems
So
to looks normal on this side too. So I'm not sure why. Maybe I'll change it to omnidirectional. We'll see if that makes a difference. You're gonna pick up more background sounds, I think, though.
yeah, I wouldn't. You haven't changed. I wouldn't change anything, man. Just wait till we redo it again, and
Yeah,
hopefully
sometimes
it.
you just need to
Yeah,
reset,
it's just
right? And then
restart. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything because you normally sound very good, and volume is good, so I wouldn't mess with it.
mm.
I could bring my volume down, right, and then maybe that can because I
It's
know
up.
how annoying that can be in headphones. If you have headphones, have somebody loud, somebody lower. So I'll bring it down just a little
I'll
bit. I'll
try
go
and
down to
stay
72.
close to the. I'll try
Yeah.
and stay. It's because Peter's sad. Yeah, maybe
Peter
maybe that's
said,
it.
Good
I'm
morning,
all sad.
guys. How are you
I'm
doing
all
in
sad.
"Good
YouTube?
morning, Andrew. How are you?"
Hey,
Good.
Andrew.
Carlos, if you put on the chat,
Oh,
Oh,
sorry, Echo, it's my fault, my fault.
okay. All good. All good. All right.
All
Good morning,
right.
guys.
How was your trading, Peter? Peter, did you trade really something?
ugh, I aborted, Andrew. I chickened out. I had a great short on Nvidia right from the open, and I called it out. And Carlos said that's great, and he took it, and I didn't. And I did take a short on Tesla, another great position, and I chickened out of it. And what a great move! So yeah, I'm sitting off two good calls, no good trades.
So
So
true abortion today, huh?
I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp, a big wimp today.
All right. Yeah. Well, Carlos, you had a really nice trade on Google. That was
Yeah,
pretty
nice break.
nice. I
I'm
saw that.
still in it, but took
Yes.
taking some partials already. Yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. So Carlos, in your chart, I saw that you were sharing 1 minute chart and then you went long and you got stopped out. If you switch to 5 minutes and you see why you got stopped out. So on a 5 minute, what I found is this moving average on 5 minute usually acts as a resistance. So, usually, I saw that, went up, you didn't partial and then you got stopped out. Usually the 5 minute, these moving averages are acting as a resistance. So I went long, same as you, but I did partial
Yeah,
a little bit at 327, but you didn't. And then in 1 minute chart, you don't see what happened, why it bounced back. So let me go to 1 minute chart on Google. So see here, out of nowhere, it bounced back, it dropped. Do you see that drop? But this is
yeah, yeah.
actually not out of nowhere. It's actually on a 5 minute resistance.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see that. I did not see that when I was
Yeah.
trading it. Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
So,
I'll look out for that.
yeah. Uh, That's because I was watching you trading, but so that's the situation. I did get back into Google again. Try to find this double bottom on it. It did pop up and I got out, but I really didn't. I know that you were still holding it, but I was just done with my day and really didn't want to make it. But I did have two nice short on NVDA right at the open. So this was one short. And then again, another short. So I got to stop that right at the break even here. It was really nice. And total, we did good profit. What was it? How much we made? Yeah, it's not crazy, but $7,700. That's a pretty good short.
Yeah, not a bad day.
Not a bad day. I think Brian, you did CRWV right short at the open. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
really nice short. So
yeah. I just picked that up. Just I didn't have it on my watch list, but I was just looking at a few stocks, but just before the opens, and just happened to look up CRWV, and it looked really pretty weak in the last minute or two going into the open, and I just watched it started to sell off, so I jumped in there, um, and it worked out really well.
yeah, so I'm super excited. We have some traders in a funded account on Trading Terminal that they're doing really well. This is Dimitri. This is a really good, let's see if I can actually zoom in on here. I don't know, it doesn't seem that I can actually zoom in. So Dimitri is up $9,700. That's a really good trader that we had. And there was another one that he was pretty up. Who was it? Was it Justin or someone else also shared a really good PNL. It's Jimmy. So Jimmy was up. What happened? Let me see if bring the Jimmy as well. Yeah, so that's Jimmy. Let me also. So that's also Jimmy. He shorted AMD, so he's also pretty up. Very is that? Yeah, so he's up. Sorry. Yeah, he's up 8,600. So that's pretty nice on Jimmy. So these are trade terminal funded accounts, so it's pretty nice. So I'm super excited for these two guys.
Yeah.
So one question that John asked, that was a really good question, is that how would you spend your first day, first week as a brand new trader? So this is a really important question. A lot of people are coming and they hear this buzz, this YouTube, this news, and they want to start. So what I would do if I'm starting as a first week as a new day trader, I read my book. I did not that I want to sell you a $2 book, but it's a very easy to read book, very easy to
Well,
understand, no jargon,
I can't
nothing
hear you.
complex. You can't? You guys can hear me? You guys can hear me in chat room or? All right, so yeah, Brian, so I read the book and I just quickly get it, and you don't need to memorize it. You don't need to learn anything from it. Just quick grasp of what is day trading overall. And you just quickly just skim through. You don't need to learn all the strategies. You don't need to just quickly say, oh, okay, that's how it's being done. And then come to the chat room or YouTube and just watch for one week in the morning, just in the pre-market show. It is a show. Like how much time you're wasting behind YouTube and Netflix and TV. Just waste another 1 hour every morning, 1 hour and a half in the morning. Just watch me, Brian, Peter, and Carlos. If you don't want to pay for the chat room, just on YouTube and see the thought process and see what's happening. And then you make a decision if you really want to trade or not. And if you do want, in the second week, just go watch some of the basic videos that we have and get a simulator. Either there are free simulators or trading terminal, which is cheaper, or DAS, which is more expensive. Get a simulator and trade for 3 months in a simulator. Try to get a grasp of developing a strategy and for consistency. And if you feel that you're getting a grasp of this, then take another 3 months of simulator, go through the webinars, go to the psychology, go through the funder account and see what's happening. But the most important thing in the first week, you should realize that if you actually like this or not. And this is the most important part. I know everybody wants to make money, but at what cost and for what career? Do you like it or not? This is very similar to video game or constantly, solving an online puzzle, pattern recognition behind the screen. Not everybody likes that. Like I love it because I used to play video game. I know Elon Musk, if he wasn't a billionaire, he would have been probably a day trader because he's also a gamer. But you have to like it. You have to really enjoy this. I love it. Like I don't have to wake up in the morning to do it. I love it. Like when I sometimes I can't trade or I'm falling asleep or I'm traveling, it's just I have this feeling, oh man, I miss chat, I miss chat. I want to come day trade. So very important to actually enjoy what you're doing. And it's okay if you don't. That's totally okay. Not everybody should even try day trading. You can invest in this time and energy now, with AI and it's so easy to start a company, start a product or something like that. Do something else with it. And that's what I would say for the first week traders.
Yeah. Watch and try to get some education for day trading. Andrew's book's amazing. It's like
Yeah.
it's like any profession. You've got to learn. You know, you you know, if you're a doctor or if you're a pilot or whatever, you've got to learn the basics first. It's a lot of learning and practice.
So somebody's asking about the interactive brokers and trading view for the fields. So trading view is a web-based application. So the web-based applications are not really super great for live trading. I wouldn't use, you know, TradingView to connect it to my interactive brokers. You probably better use DAS, or if you don't want to pay for a good platform, maybe use Interactive Broker Desktop or TWS, because you know, the servers of those programs are actually co-located in NASDAQ. So you know, you have much access to this. So I would never really, you know, you real trade on trading terminal. It's for simulator because it's all web-based and things go back, and the memory of your browser is you know, it's not really that high. So never trade on something that is browser based. Yeah, I mean, DAS is when you're paying actually for DAS, you're not paying only for this platform. You pay for a data feed as well. There's, you know, I own trading terminals, so I know a lot of data that you have to pay behind the scene to the exchanges and everything. It's all included in your package. So, you know, you pay $150 to DAS, but it's almost like almost $30, $40 of that money is going into the exchanges. And even if you want to use Interactive Broker Trading View, you got to pay that fee anyways. So you know, it's not really that expensive. And it just takes one good trade to pay for the rest of your, you know, year. So like how much I made today, just $7,700. So how much I'm paying for that? $200 a month. It's $2,000 a year. So it's just five times of my annual payment to my platform. I just made it with one really good feel and one really amazing, you know, execution and hotkey. So don't go cheap on some things that it really doesn't matter. Like I know a lot of businesses are going cheap for costing, like saving a little bit of things. It's a very bad decision.
Yeah. Wow, look at the cues. The SPY just broke yesterday's high. I wouldn't be surprised to see the cues go green here on the day now.
Wow, yeah. IWM is reaping. Nothing is stopping IWM. People are really buying IWM. TNA must be on
Yeah,
fire.
I think the data this morning probably just further enforced the belief that we're going to get a rate cut in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
and that's
another
all.
thing is sorry, another thing that
Yeah, I was
you
just
know, I forgot to mention, Dwayne said that for a lot of new traders, guys, we have onboarding session every Monday live. It's not a video recorded live. Dwayne and Carlos take you to a lot of basic questions, you know, a lot of basic questions that you have about day trading. So they could walk you through all of those questions, and it's a really, really good place to, and it's usually about 10, 15 people. So you can ask question, you can really engage with people. So it's not an environment that there are 800 people watching. So it's a very, very great place.
yeah, I was just saying the big beneficiary of lower interest rates are the small caps because they're the ones that you need to borrow money to keep going or sustain their business. So when interest rates drop, they're the ones that will benefit the most.
Yeah.
Wow, Nvidia's broken through VWAP, getting a nice
NVDA.
rally back here. Not not that surprising.
Yeah, the deep buyers are coming back, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, IWM was the best. TNA must be like at 44, yeah. Nice. Yeah, TNA was pretty nice.
Yeah, TNA beta ETF for the small caps.
XLV, yeah, the index, the sectors. So the sectors are very important. Like, you know, for example, something like when you go into the sector performance, you see that the healthcare is the strongest. Carlos, if you go full the screen, you can actually see in trading terminal that healthcare are one of the strongest right now. Even the technology is down because of NVDA. You see that the other sectors are strong. That's why you see S&P 500 is not setting up as much. So that's why the diversification is so important. Somebody's asking if Market Atlas works for pre-market, post-market. Yes, it does, but there's not a lot of liquidity in pre-market and post-market, so I wouldn't pay too much attention on that. So real liquidity comes in at the market open. NVDA long, yeah, I don't know. I mean, NVDA is reaching to a point that I don't want to
Yeah.
go long more and more.
I mean, if you were going to take it long, this would be a decent place to do it. It's right at the VWAP. So we got a break through the VWAP. Now it's pulled back, it's retesting. So if you were going to take it long, you'd use 172.30 entry and then 172 as a stop.
Google really lost it. Carlos, did you get out? Must have been getting out. How was your day, Brian?
Primarily just that one trade, CRV or CRW or V, and then I had a few other trades that didn't work out. I think that Nvidia tried to go long, but I really just longed it into a 920 trade, which didn't make sense, so got stopped out. Yeah, other than that, yeah, it looks like Nvidia is heading lower. So I mean, you'd if you did take that long, you'd stop out there. So the markets it's kind of following the markets, which are selling off.
Google is seems that it's really going down. Google is really extended on a daily chart, so
Markets have been really kind of volatile today. I mean, they've been, we had that bump at the open, and then we had a real hard sell-off, then a V reversal. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make any other trade.
No, it's not this isn't the kind of day. It seems like just getting big random moves.
All
It's
right,
kind
so
of,
we have
you
Nathan
like
here.
to.
I'm gonna hand it over to Brian and Nathan. Nathan, looking good, brother. Good. So
You
we're
got
gonna,
Nathan?
yeah, so
All
I'm gonna
right.
leave a little bit early, guys. So that was a pretty good day for me. Nathan has some good stuff for you, and I think the good news is, I mean, today or tomorrow, maybe we launch actually futures data for Market Atlas. So people who were interested, maybe today or tomorrow, we're gonna launch it. I'm gonna send an email also as well to anyone who want to have futures data. Market Atlas is very powerful on the futures data. So I'm sure that a lot of people like Nathan and Thor and a lot of people are trading futures, you're going to actually get some really good visualization of the level 2. It was very difficult to get that from CME Exchange, but I think we're very close to
Looks
that.
good. It looks really, really good.
All right, guys, I'm going to hand it over to Nathan and Brian, and great trading day, guys. Keep it green.
Yeah.
What is going on, everyone? How you guys doing?
Oh,
So,
in Nvidia just kind of pulled back to the 20 EMA and then bounced off it. So I mean that's another area. And now it's above the VWAP again. So yeah, it's just getting into a time of day where it's getting hard to predict where stock prices are going here. How was your morning, Nathan?
Oh, mine's been really good. I got early access to the futures tickers, so I've been playing around quite a bit with them. And I've got a great trade,
Oh,
reporting it right now. I got a great trade today on NQ or MNQ, and still kind of playing out, see what happens here. But it's going to be a good reporting for the webinar tonight. So make sure you guys are coming. Let's see, Carlos needs me
nice.
to refresh my screen.
Okay, markets are gonna maybe sell off some more here. Yeah, like I said, it's been a really, I mean, overall we've had some nice moves, especially right at the open there, but it's been kind of a choppy session.
How have you done today, Brian?
I did okay. Just like I said, I just really just you need one good trade, and
Yeah, it's
for
like
that, for
today.
me, that was CRWV. Had a nice had a nice move down on it. See what's yeah, Google is
You zoomed in, Carlos? Is that on my end where the screen's too zoomed in currently? But yeah, I'm trying to hold on and still play this scalp on the long, maybe just through the breakout of high and day on NQ and see what I can get out of it. But I know it looks like a mess. Got a short, got a couple partials, cut it early, and then actually went long. But trying to see if it'll hold and go for me. For Carlos, is that on my
Google does
side with the screen being so big?
Google does have a low of day at 319.55. Sort of coincides with yesterday's high and where we went out yesterday, which was pretty close to the high of day.
Bloodbath, a couple tickers out there, isn't it? We're just a yo-yo in the market today. Just a big yo-yo.
Yeah.
What do you got planned for Thanksgiving?
Well, I'm a Canadian, so we've already had our Thanksgiving, but probably I've got to get some Thai money, some baht. So I'm gonna
Oh
probably I've got
yeah. When do you fly out?
yeah, yeah, got to get
When do you fly out?
currency. and and then Friday is when I fly out. So, but it's not till super late in the day. It's like not till 11 o'clock at night. So so I've got all of Friday.
Yeah. I just ended up not being able to go, and I won't tell you what Andrew called me for not going because I told him I was like I'm too
Oh
busy working on this Atlas stuff, and he
yeah,
got some
I saw
choice
you said you
words
couldn't make
upset
it.
with me that I can't go. I wish I could be there.
Should be
Definitely do.
should be good. Looking forward. Is
Yeah, I
it?
want to
It
see
must
all
be
the
snowing there,
pictures
eh?
and everything you guys are doing for sure. I'm gonna
You
have
must be sitting in
Robo.
the snow there, right?
Brian, we don't have any snow. It's kind of
No.
scary how little snow we've gotten. I'm not too happy about it. I need to get outside
Oh, okay.
and get my adrenaline rush, and right now I cannot do that because we don't have any snow and any snow in the forecast. Usually our yard's covered by now with snow.
Well, I know
I'm like a Will Ferrell elf. I love snow.
Peter's had lots of snow in over in Ontario, and there was a huge snowstorm in Alberta, which is one province over from us. So, and they had a big snowstorm yesterday. So people
We
are,
would
some people
send
are
it
getting
here.
snow. I guess it's not making it down your way.
I think Jackson Hole, I've know some people there, and they don't have any snow either. It's just kind of okay. Well, I hope it's not. I hope it's not one of those kind of years where just nothing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like just a couple inches, I'll be really sad. I take this partial rate here off 875 if we could get there. Yeah, I mean Atlas, man, this is the futures and the future of Atlas. You know, we've got it,
Nice.
and I've been playing around with it today, and it looks phenomenal. It's helped me take these trades and help me do well today. Get up here to these orders. I'm seeing everything I like. Get another rejection up there, though I may have to just cut it. Hopefully I can get some partials up there.
AMD's got a big order at 200. I don't know if it's going to get there. Really made a run at it there a few seconds ago.
That's right. What is that? Right on the backside of S6 too. So probably get some resistance there. But some of the things look like they're trying to pick up off areas, off buy areas. Just kind of getting stuck. This is that, you know, I'm looking at spot gamma and it's saying that we're in a negative gamma day and we should be moving fast, but this definitely feels more like a positive gamma day where we're fighting the direction that we're going each time. Every time we buy, then we sell. Every time we sell, then we kind of buy up against it.
Yeah, that's more of a positive gamma with the market makers trading against the price action.
It's supposed to be some negative gamma, but yeah, it looks definitely like a more positive gamma. But although, I mean, the moves have been pretty sharp on there. So,
well, we're kind of sitting in the middle of that. It's sort of neither sort of negative or positive from what I can see right now. We're kind of sitting in the middle of it.
I feel like we're building some pressure here just to kind of pop a little bit. Just to test up into that liquidity. That's all I'm really looking for. I like what I'm getting here down near my entry price. I'm pretty happy with my entry price. I'd like to start reducing some of this guns for sure.
What are you trading there? Is it the ES?
MNQ.
MNQ.
That border
Okay.
is building to the downside. We're using that top side structure too. All types of different signals. Just every time we go one way, we get a signal for the other way.
Yeah.
There, on that open. We have a buyer here. We have somebody absorbing some of this selling that's coming down. I just don't know if they can absorb enough to pop it through some of these swing highs. Just get absorbed. Yeah. Let's see,
All
Ben,
right,
do I use CVD with Bookmap?
Breakfast.
Did it offer you an advantage? Yeah, I loved using CVD. Now I use Thor's buy sell detector. So that kind of replaces the CVD since we don't quite have it yet on Atlas. It is something that will be coming soon, but I do absolutely think for reading VPA, just kind of getting an idea of what kind of environment you're in for that ticker, I do think CVD is very important. I've gotten used to kind of just reading it and looking at charts and VPA so much I can just kind of get an idea And then with the BS detector, of course, that really helps quite a bit. Yeah, I need this to absorb right here. Trying to answer questions and
All
also
right,
watch
Nathan, I'm going to
this.
grab some breakfast. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right,
Hope everyone
Brian.
had a good morning. Cheers, bye.
Have a good one. Have a good trip, man. Safe flight.
Thanks. Yeah.
Let's see. For seeing the tickers aren't available yet for everybody. It's still kind of I get lucky enough to get early access because I have to work with it. But right now it's not available for everybody, and there will be an extra subscription for that. And like Andrew said, I mean, he's planning on having it out like ASAP, and they look really good. You know, the tickers look really good, but even if you had the ticker, you wouldn't be able to have access. You know, it's limited access. You'd have to subscribe, and then you can get access to it. But man, I mean, I think the futures look better than stocks, and the order flow and the orders popping out. You know, the heat map color scale is a lot better. So I mean, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, it's honestly it's good, especially kind of for this first iteration. It's really good. I've been recording this whole trade, and come to my webinar tonight. It's about my strategy. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern in the webinar room behind the BBT paywall. And I will be showing a bunch of highlights and going over this trade and really going into depth on the order flow and, you know, just watching everything here, you know, watching the order flow, watching the spread, watching the dots, matching that up with the volume, you know, to get my setup, get my trade. Yeah, hopefully it will come out tomorrow. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't come out. I mentioned adrenaline earlier. You have plenty of this weekend. Go Big Blue versus Ohio. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I actually have been so busy, especially with this stuff and trying to get things out and get caught up. I haven't watched the last two games. So over Thanksgiving, I'm going to have to sit down and actually watch the Northwestern game, which from what I understand wasn't the best, and then watch the Maryland game because that was apparently quite a bit better, and that's something we needed going into Ohio State, man. I mean, Ohio State's good. They're good. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a fist fight. Let's see. Yeah, and seeing if you can, if you're a BBT member, come to my webinar tonight. Also, I will be doing a live webinar for a free one for Trading Terminal on December 11th. That's going to be during the day, during the live markets. So we'll also get to kind of go over that. If you missed this one, we'll get a chance to do that together on Trading Terminal live and free. You can ask questions. We'll go over live price action and really start to learn a lot about this. Futures always have orders on both sides. How to read futures on Atlas. Well, Pivot Pirate, you know, come to the webinar tonight, and then, you know, come here on Mondays and Fridays as well. You know, I'm filling in for Thor today, but ask any questions right here. I do Monday at noon Eastern. I do webinars in the live markets on BBT every week. You can come in there. I've got tons of recordings of all those classes. So you can view those, but, you know, come in here, ask questions, and I'll go over it. And then, you know, if you want to come to the free webinar, we can ask some more questions there. Send me an email, Nathan@bearabletraders.com. Like, what do you want to see? What are you interested in? What do you want to know about? And then I can focus on that for that live webinar. But, you know, if you're looking for orders on both sides, it's really just also reading direction. What are you expecting? And then seeing that on the order book. But yeah, you're going to have, you know, book flips and orders coming on the book, but you have to take everything into context. Just because it's a bullish book doesn't mean you just short. I'm sorry, just because it's a bullish book just doesn't mean you just go long. Just because it's a bearish book doesn't mean you just automatically go short. it has to play into your strategy, has to play into your plan. You know, you need to have steps, and that's what I'll be talking about tonight. It's confirmations with Camarilla pivots. You know, my strategy has a lot of confirmation. It has a lot of context. You know, exact places, exact types of setups, and you know, going from there, and then reading that all on the order book. You know, reading the order book and the order flow into getting your trade, you know, it's just a piece. You know, it's a piece of the puzzle, and it's a little more advanced. It's a piece. It's definitely a little more advanced. It will take a little bit more time. That's why, you know, I always recommend to start out and just learning how to read the order book and the order flow. Get used to that first. You know, that's kind of where we start. You know, this is the pre, this is the post, and kind of right here on this spread is where we interact. This is where the auction comes in. Man, we just got a battle right here. Getting good absorption though on the downside of my trade, but I definitely don't like taking the heat on this, but the absorption's really nice. I'm seeing a lot of red just slamming the bid dropping. So I want to see this. I want to see this bid hold right through here. Actually, I'm going to get it ready in case I need to cut it. So as we tick down into here, I need to see this ask continue to pop back up. That's going to indicate we're getting that absorption there. And now I need that momentum from these buyers to push up over these highs and start extending, because I need to start unwinding some of this position. It's just struggling too much here, and you know, 12 contracts at MNQ, I'd rather just kind of unwind this, and if it does start to pop and go, I'll still have a few contracts left. I can let it run, but let's see. Okay, it's ticking in and popping back up, but I don't like where it's at. That's a huge hit on the bid. Is that going to get absorbed? There's another huge hit on the bid. So my bright red is on the bid, my dark red's underneath the bid. And that was some pretty heavy selling. Okay, getting a little bit of absorption right there. I don't like how that closed and immediately offered lower either. And it's getting absorbed, but I don't like how they're really trying to push that low. I really want to see this ask lift and lift aggressively. I need to see what happens on a 1 minute. So what I'm watching is I'm watching the ask as we start to lift up, looking at new highs, and then the peripheral. So I'm looking here and then looking here as well, making sure we're taking on liquidity. That bid's not dropping like it is now. That's not what I want to see. And I can see the time and sales. I'm basically just eyeing the colors on the time and sales to see who's okay. There we go. Now I need that extension in that volume. That's good volume. Getting absorbed. All right, this needs to lift and accelerate pretty quickly. No, I don't know. I might take a partial right there at 28 and then one at 39 and then try to play the rest of the high day. Because we've rejected from that high and kind of formed our ceiling right here. I want to see if we can push through that. We always have orders on both sides. So what questions do you guys have? What do you want me to go over? S Quad, yes, it's tonight. The webinar tonight is in the BVT webinar. Pop that ass, man. You know I love to raise and pop that ass. I know I'm gonna get canceled off of YouTube. Okay, come on. So I want extension. I want to see the green come through very quickly. And I want to see us lift. So testing the high there, we're getting stuffed. We're getting absorption now on the sell side. This is why I'm wanting to unwind this position and reduce this risk, because of this struggle just back and forth. Every time we buy into selling. Every time we sell into buying. And we're in an area that can destroy your day and destroy your week. And trying to trade this, I got a good entry. I got some decent ads there. I thought that was going to pop and go a lot faster, but you know, now I'm just kind of happy to get into that 28 and like 40 area, which isn't great for the RVR, but at least I'll be reducing my risk. Let's see. Google's been great below R4. Yeah, that was a nice rejection. Bloodbath, man. Poor Google. Let's see. Did the absorption work its way as the wick on candles? That's the best place to find absorption. On when you're looking at kind of highs and lows, see, that's a test of a 5-minute low too. When you're looking at, you know, highs and lows and how price action is responding and trying to see who's in control, then yeah, those wicks are obviously the best place. You know, they're the footprints of the big buyers and sellers that we have kind of going on here with a little bit of an arm wrestle, you know, back and forth. We sell down in, that buyer picks it up, push up, that seller comes in. So it's who's got the bigger wallet. Right now I'm trying to bet on the buyers, but they're losing at the moment. There's some absorption right there. You see that wick? We ticked down into there and immediately lifted back up. That was pretty good absorption. So we're still getting that absorption here, but we really need momentum to push and break through here. I'm not happy with this buying volume either. Okay, kind of lost the ground. Going to tick and test back in. About halfway through this candle. Okay. Yeah, those sellers are really trying to those sellers are really trying to push this ask down into this liquidity. Because there's going to be stops here. And that's the problem. If we start stopping these buyers out, then I don't have anybody to support my trade. So I need these buyers to keep buying more and just overwhelm these sellers. Because if we could start pushing over these highs, we have these sellers trapped, and that should be enough just to push a little bit through the high of day to get some nice partials. But again, I'm really just kind of wanting to unwind the risk on this trade. It's a new high that got rejected. So now we're literally just tick, 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 tick. The pressure in the bottle is building to both sides. It's you think like a soda bottle, the pressure in it, you're just shaking it back and forth. It's literally kind of building to both sides. I want okay. I mean, this is good. I like this, but keep going and bring the volume in. I don't like that volume's not climbing. There's the absorption on the sell side. Okay, buyers are taking it. Now I need them to squeeze. I need them to push. Okay, this candle's going to close. I want to see where it offers. It needs to immediately offer higher. Nope. Okay, the sellers took that absorption. Okay, I need the extension off this high though. Right there. Sellers are absorbing it. Okay, we're trying to tick in. I want to see this, the green just flow quickly and the volume build and get some extension. Okay, there we go. All right, we're looking a little better, gaining some ground. Let's see, check out that ask. I know, and NQ always has a great ask. The topic of the webinar will be confirmations and Camarilla pivots. So it's just going to be about my strategy and how I trade. And it's just a lot of confirmations. I use a lot of confirmations for my trade. I really dial in my where, and then I start to use, the 1 minute chart, VPA and Atlas to get my when and how. That's the best way to use Atlas. It should be part of your when and how. It should be used with context of where you're trading and what you're looking to do, and then just reading the price action off of that. That was pretty good absorption by those buyers too. That sell hit pretty hard. Now there's some resistance. What happens? Okay, we took it on. I'm not thrilled about this volume though. If this volume needs to start picking up so we could start stopping out these sellers, or else we're just trapping buyers. Can you get me another partial just like right there? Please. Nathan, what RTY future? Oh, thank you. What RTY future stocks or ETFs? What is the list? For me, I just trade the indice futures. So I'm just trading, that needs to be more volume on there. I'm just trading ES, MES, NQ, MNQ, YM, MYM, and RTY, M2K. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask, and you can ask my fiance. That's not like one of my best, my best personal traits. Let's see. Big trader, I would check out Google. Let me see. Sorry, I have to hide this. Google is compared to NQ and what we were just seeing, like Google isn't going anywhere. Volume's picking up. I like my chances here. So 73.50. Let's get a read on. Get a read on the book. So it looks like maybe 10 levels would be good. Just hiding some of these larger orders in the back. It looks, actually, I mean, it looks like fairly balanced, honestly. $73.74. I mean, it looks pretty honestly balanced. I mean, there's a lot of orders there to the top side. There's a lot of orders kind of building to the downside, and it's hitting its ATR. Maybe a good spot for a reversal, but it could probably get a lot lower down to S3. Honestly, I wonder if a retest back up into R3 would be the play for kind of a continuation back down near the low a day. Come on, squeeze. So I'm watching right there on the time and sales. I'm waiting for like 74 to hit, and then a big splash of green, and I'm gonna hit the ass. Yeah, it's stalling right there, but watch. Once it hits that liquidity, you're gonna see a huge flash of green. That's what I'm gonna play. I didn't really get it, but that was a good partial. Yeah, it didn't explode through like I thought. That's kind of what I didn't want to see happen. That should have popped up, picked up a lot more volume. We should start stopping out sellers here. That wasn't, that was not the best push through, but that's all right. Reduce the position. Now I'm looking pretty good. Just kind of play this out. I mean, yeah, now the rest is just playing this up to liquidity. I'd like to see a test now at 25,000, and you know, this is kind of one of the trades that can really make your week and set up your week. Let's see. Go to Google. You know, it is just pretty balanced. It looks like it's just kind of stuck in ranging too. Is this what it's been doing for probably the last like 20 minutes or so? So close to price. We kind of just have, you know, the box here of orders down here, orders up here. It just can't make a decision on where to go. But a test back up into R3 may be a good spot. get you into some of this liquidity, start taking some of that and see if this continues to build even more on the bottom of the book. But it is following the market currently. Let's see, Nathan, what would accumulation from the market makers look like on the bid and ask? And is this visible in the spread on Atlas? So are you talking about algorithms like stacking close to price? Is that what you're talking about? At user? Nathan, what are those arrows on your chart? Those are my executions. So blues are sells and yellows are buys. So got a nice short, but I only got some partials down into here. We couldn't quite break through the low a day, and then I cut it when it got almost close to break even. And then it made a really nice pop in through here. So I actually just got back long and then added partialed here on the break in through this high. And then had to hold and deal with all this. So, but I've started to reduce the position and get a lot of good profit out of it. So I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. Although I do want to see it run up to the 25,000. See, RTY is the small caps. It's the Russell 2000 is RTY. IWM is the ETF for that one. Can we see futures on them yet? This is the. Is it up again? This is futures. This is NQ. Careful. So this is NQ. This is what the book is looking like for NQ. Kind of bear up to the top side. Not too keen on that. We do have a lot of orders down here, but let's see. This should have picked up more volume. There. But where is R3? He's all the way up at 2567. That would be an amazing one to get up to there. But yeah, I'm probably on this pullback right here with that volume. If we can get back up to the height, I'm probably have to take another partial there. Yeah, entries and exit, Brian. Let's see, sort of, but also if, sorry, I'm watching this too. If sell market orders were coming in without price moving down. It's hard to say. Again, in context, is the price action bullish? Are you around a cam or an area where you should be buying off of? So it's adding a number of things in order to how to read the book. Right now, we do not have the orders really building to the top side. So I'm losing my structure to the top side as orders start to build down here. But we're buying. We're buying and we are pushing and we're making new highs and we're making higher highs, higher lows. So I'm aware of these and I'm keeping an eye on them and I'm watching the selling. And also I'm watching as we're breaking new highs. Like this is a struggle. It's almost a failed break. So this next one really needs to start extend and pop. And some of these orders can start to come off the book. We're stopping sellers out. But yes, I do see this. I'm aware of it. That's why I keep watching it. I tell the traders that I work with, head on a swivel. Driving in the car, you're using the historical heat map and going back. That's your rear view mirror, along with your charts, your higher time frames. That's looking in the rear view mirror. And then your side mirrors. That's looking up both ways of the book. Your left mirror is going to be your ask and your bid is going to be that right mirror. And just always looking, always being aware of where you are and what's going on with price action. So as things start to change and build and you're starting maybe to see a trade work against you and the book is really strong to the downside, and then we really start hitting heavy selling, and this selling right here isn't getting absorbed. You see that hit right there on the bid that got absorbed nicely and we lifted. So I'm still seeing good bullish price action. I'm hoping this is just you know, solidifying this former ceiling as the floor now. You know, kind of what we did here. Former ceiling, kind of up on the floor, you know, right through here. I'm wanting to see that happen again. That's very good, healthy, bullish price structure. That's just kind of way, you know, how market structure goes when it's pushing higher, reaccumulating, and then people taking profit, people getting stopped out. But watching if that starts going against me. There's a new 1 minute low, but we absorbed and lifted. So this candle's going to close. I want to see where the offer is. Trying to offer higher. There's some absorption on the sell side, but we reacted pretty well from it. So we're still getting that buying absorption, but I need extension off these highs now. That was a good hit of buying. That's lifting. Now the volume should come in. Yeah, we're getting that selling absorption too. So we're back to what we were seeing here. But I'd like to wait for that partial at 900, but we'll have to see. Because I don't like this volume. I don't like that volume at all. Nathan, do I know how much the price bump will be? Andrew is doing it per what he thinks he can break even on with memberships a month. So the more people that sign up, the cheaper it will be. But I don't know specifically what it'll be like right at the beginning and what he's going to set the price at. So that's not something I've been privy to, but I know he has a number in mind of how many people a month need to sign up in order to break even. And the more people that sign up and get the futures, I'm sure it'll be a lot more cost effective for everybody. All right, so I mean, yeah, I mean, this is definitely more of a positive gamma environment where as we sell, you know, we have buying, and as we buy, we have selling, but you know, it's showing we are in positive or negative gamma. We're just not quite seeing that kind of price action. That buying on the sell side is coming back in now too. So let's see if this absorbs. As this starts to tick down, I'm watching here. As that bid starts to tick down into these lows, I'm watching what happens. Does it pop right up? Does the candle pop right up? In the peripheral, am I seeing a lot of green come through pretty quickly and accelerating? Because that's what I want to see on the highs. I want to see that green accelerating. So bright green is going to be on the ask, and then the dark green you're going to see come through, that's going to be above the ask. So I want to see a lot of green and dark green. I want to see it come through very quickly. That lets us know that buyers are willing to take on premium. They're willing to buy premium and push price higher. Oh, I didn't realize I was so close to the camera. Took NVIDIA on a VWAP breakout. Nice, man. Good job. You had a good day. Man, I mean, at least we're getting some price action through here, but it's a lot more fun when it just goes and squeezes. And I keep thinking the break over the next high is going to be the squeeze. And that's what I'm going to want to play. I mean, almost I'd really like to add back in here, but I don't know. I like my average. This average is pretty well protected down here. I don't really want to mess that up. But we're breaking that high, and I saw a lot of red hitting. Let's see. If this can hit through here and extend and pop quickly, I might wait. I might wait to partial that at 900. I bet there's a nice big order at 900. Yeah, we still have these orders down here too. These orders haven't come off the book. So again, just checking, taking in context, just checking around, making sure I know what's going on so I don't get surprised by anything. Sellers still absorbing. You see that struggle? You see how that candle's struggling? It's really trying to push hard. But every time it buys in, selling hits, it gets absorbed and pushed back down. We're literally fighting against. We're straight into selling and then straight into buying. So we're really moving against each other, like at the moment in the market. ES is trying to break a new high, so that could help. Tesla's buying, Nvidia's buying. Let's see what else. Microsoft is buying, but a lot of stuff is still selling. Yeah, and I've got the Mag 7 and AMD over here off to my left. This is it's always great to have those up, to watch them. Keep an eye on what they're doing, keep an eye on areas where they're at. And you know, this really makes sense with this price action, looking at how a number of them are buying up and a number of them are selling down. So we're really just fighting in between each other. So I'm just watching. I mean, this is good. This is still good through here. So getting absorption on the buy side, but I want to see that extension and push. So now we'll zoom in a little bit more and do some price action reading here. I want to see a lift. I want to see what happens when we lift right into that 72.75. And when we do, I want to see it continue to lift. I want to see those green dots hit. Yeah, see we tick into a new high, it gets absorbed, and see that rejection right there. But it feels like I can almost like feel the pressure building right now. And I feel like it's building to break out to the top side. Just watching this so much and seeing what's going on here, I'm just getting that feeling. Come on, man. Candle, okay, where does this candle open? Offers lower, does this get absorbed? Okay, there's a pop up. Now we have some stacking coming on. That might be manipulation. I'm curious of watching this order. It's been moving down, so we offer back up into it. I wonder if this is going to be some manipulation of pull price higher. Yeah, they're pulling liquidity here. If this is good. So you would think of this being pulled and moved up the book as we start to lift into it. Think of it as yeah, there we go. Okay. So we've got some manipulation going on right here. Think of this as the carrot in front of the donkey. Even it looks like a carrot. So they're holding that order out there, trying to get the algorithm to react and come into it. And then as it starts to, they pull it up, and now they're pulling it back down as it drops back down to try to get that algorithm to react and lift. And then they'll start pulling that order higher and higher eventually until it gets filled. So it's hard to say that it is indeed manipulation, but it's trying to lead orders. So this is a good sign. Now, do we have one on the low side? Okay, we flipped right there. They pulled here, added here. That's interesting. Well, I don't want to see this drop now and this start to become the carrot to the downside. Okay, here's our next one and a high. That's good. I like that. Now hold and close. Push, 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 push. Okay, we drop back down, rejected. More absorption. I see it coming through the tape. Six seconds left on here. So when this closes, I want to see this lift and automatically offer higher right into a new high. Go, go. Man. Well, this is a great video for absorption. We've got pretty serious absorption, heavy absorption on both sides. Is that our carrot back? Looks like it got moved here. Orders getting pulled here. Still making highs, getting rejected. Come on. Everybody does want to see some fireworks. Come on, see if we can get it. Because I want to see if we squeeze over here, man, we're gonna get a stop one. There's got to be some liquidation that's gonna happen here. Looking at other time frames, that's just a good spot. Grinding up, just taking the stairs. I want to see the elevator up, but I like what I'm seeing. I like the higher highs. I like the higher lows. I like that we can't hold the 1 minute low, and that we're getting more absorption pushed into there. Every time we tick into something higher, that absorption comes in on the sell side. Come on. There's more, yeah, there's more absorption right there that just hit, but that held. That was nice. That absorption came in, but we did lift off of it. This candle's about to close. I'd like to see it close high. Actually, I'd like to see it close above here high. There we go. There it is. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. I want to see on the test here. I'm going to be watching the tape. I want a big splash of green. And I'm going to try to see if this can just squeeze straight to 900. Or I could get a partial of 900. Still selling there. It's pretty good absorption. But you see how that's getting absorbed also by the buyers. It just feels like it's gonna explode like a soda, a 2-liter soda bottle with some Mentos in it. If your country. It's getting good absorption right there though. The sellers are still, so ES is breaking the high day. Pretty sure NQ is going to. Let's see what we get on the time and sales. Okay. Good. This order coming in now. Come on. I still see all this, but some decent sized orders up here. I expect some of these to come off the book too, if we can make that pop. Man, yeah, I just feel the pressure just watching it. Yeah, now the buyers are really trying to absorb that sell hit. They really want to push and trigger these. I'm watching here. I don't want to see it stall when it breaks in through that high. Right there at 83. So when I see 83 hit the time in sales, I want to see a huge, massive splash of green and past 83 and getting into 900. Okay, there it stalled. Still stalling. It should be picking up volume here. It should be picking up a lot of volume. Come on. But I like how the buyers are really fighting back to absorb that selling and try to get these sellers trapped and stop them out. But still just selling right against buying. As soon as we buy in, we sell. Okay. One more. And then I'm waiting right here just to see 900. And when I see 900, I want to see a lot of green and numbers hitting past, maybe to like 903, 905, and I'm going to hit the ask and get filled even a little bit further than what I would just putting that limit order in at 900. This is what I call micro volatility. When you start to get in to these large areas where there's going to be a lot of liquidity. There's going to be a lot of stops and a lot of targets filled there. So when it hits, the spread just expands as all those orders get filled. And if you play the other side of that spread, you can get some crazy good fills instead of just marketing out. I'm gonna hit the ask. I want to see if it comes through at 900. And I'm willing to wait. Like, I'm willing to wait and not take that partial, because I do like what I'm seeing here. I do like how buyers are really, really forcing into the sellers to make them give up. There's a 1 minute low. Need some absorption here. That was pretty good. I saw that green coming through on the tape. Sellers come back. That was a hard hit on the bid. Good absorption. Okay. Still pretty good bullish price action. I haven't really seen anything bearish since this breakout here really come in. Just other than that absorption on the breakout of the highs. Definitely need more volume on them. The Mentos play, that's what, oh, Ben, we should write that down. We should do some Mentos partials or some Mentos plays. I actually like that. That's awesome. Let's see, Nathan, what have you seen on tape to get in on NQ for the long? When I got in on this trade, it was originally a short. I was actually looking for the long here. It didn't come back really quick enough to get my entry. I actually had my limit order set right there and I would have got ticked right in, but I didn't like this rejection off of S3, and this blue line is monthly S4. So I didn't like that rejection and that volume picking up. It actually would have been a really nice trade. But once we picked up back in to the monthly S4, that's when that setup, my entry setup on the other side. So I went ahead and took that short, but we just couldn't quite break back in through these lows. So I just started unwinding the position, trying to get out, cut it there. And then on this pop, this candle right here was just like a huge pop, and just tons of green just ripped through the tape. And so I just went ahead and got in, not fairly heavy. I was getting in 2 contracts at a time. So I could get up to my 10 just to get in real quick. I didn't have time to reset my orders. But it was kind of what I'm reading here for this breakout. It was this pressure just really building off that absorption, getting this little trend line right here. I mean, that trend line's kind of even just following up quite a bit. But it was this break over that high. I didn't like it anymore for my short, but once it started extending and I started to see the price action, then I got in for the long. Had to hold through some heat, got that partial there, and now we're kind of unwinding that position. Might have been a good idea to partial there, but I still feel like we're going to hit 900. Gonna have to watch. So here's our manipulation back. Let's see if this can pull price back up. This should be where our buyers are going to absorb again. So any tick down, I need to see we got to pop back up. That was a good hit right there on the bid or on the ask. There's another good one. Sellers absorbing a little. Not too keen on this volume on that breakout and then that kind of rejection, but need to hold above and start making new 1 minute highs. I'm getting back here. Inti, you don't know how I do it. I could do anything which followed my rules in the choppy market. It's just experience. I mean, I used to get destroyed in choppy market days where it looked like a breakout. You would take a breakout and then it would reject and start doing price action like this. You were like, oh, well, then it's a short. No, it's just jigging back down. It finds another buyer, does another breakout. You're like, oh, it's a long, it's a short, it's a long. And that's why I really learned to play the ranges, really learning just to play the edges of where those buyers and sellers are, and then just paying attention to who's in control and when that starts to flip. Right now, you know, again, we're looking a little bearish here. This is kind of our first real bearish type of price action. So I need to see these lows hold. That was good absorption, but it kicked right back down. Yeah. Now I got FOMO that I didn't take that partial right there at that high. Especially after that stalled and got rejected. I should have taken that when it tested back in. But I'll take that one and then try to get the one at 900. See, so we still have these orders down here. We've actually lost some of that depth to the top side. Close though, I mean that 900 orders right there, come on. You know you want to go get that. Okay, there's some liquidity that came on. Let's see how we respond. So more liquidity just popped on there. Let's see if this triggers the algos to start to go. There we go, okay. Extend here too. New candle. This is good. Okay. Get momentum, get extension, good extension. Green flowing through fast. I like that. Okay, there we go. Now we're looking good. I don't know. Now, should I go back? What do you think, guys? Should I go back to the 900 partial now that we're starting to get some of this extension and a big pop? Or should I go ahead and take it right off the top, the higher day? See, now I'm back and forth with myself. This is where I get myself in trouble. Getting a little too greedy after already seeing one rejection. And if I see it twice, I feel like full on me. I feel like come on. I feel like breaking over this high, we get a big hit and it'll squeeze right there. Ben, I am planning on there being heavy absorption at the top because every time we've broken through the top, there's been heavy absorption. This was pretty good bearish price action and kind of what I was seeing. It may be something flipping over, but I do like that. That candle, we didn't grind and pop back up here. We've got some momentum. There has to be stops up here somewhere. There has to be somebody stops up here somewhere that's going to provide enough liquidity and market buy orders to just pop that right into 900. I keep anticipating it, but these sellers are willing to just absorb and sell more even off at the top. Looking good here. Oh, we got a nice order at 920. Okay, let's go at 900, I think. We're going to go for 900. Okay. There it is. Go, 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 go. I'm watching right here. So I want to see 900 and then a big splash of green and like 903, 905, and I'm going to hit the ask. Come on. But that's good volume. Still got quite a bit to go. Okay, there we go. Get it. Right here. Hopefully, I want to see if we can get this and kind of get that little bit of like micro volatility that I like to play. So we're watching for 900 and then just over 900 with a huge print of green. It's coming. It's going to tick in. Come on. There we go. Oh, that was a bad fill. It stalled. It popped right there at the beginning, and then I got a bad fill. Usually I'll pop those to get them on the top of the candle, but that's okay. Nice. Got another partial up there. I mean, I feel like I've got this trade pretty under control now. Reading the price action and what's going on, that I can definitely run this out. I'd like to run this one out to 25. I feel pretty confident that we get to 25. So a few more minutes. What questions you guys have? And again, I got this. I've been recording this whole thing, so I'm going to be using a lot of this for the webinar tonight. The markets are open. The futures markets are open during my webinar, so we can even probably look at some live stuff. If anything's getting around a cam or around an entry area for me, we can pull up maybe some live stuff. But if not, I've got some pretty good recordings here that will work really well. So yeah, Ben, I do. Even though I was partialing out some, I did let it go below my break even. I had already done well enough on the short that I could hold through some of this. I really wanted to add back in, like around this area. I wanted to get another ad, but I'd already added twice, and it was holding underneath those ads. So, I got to where I was just kind of wanting to unwind the risk. But now that this is starting to go and push, I might be willing to add in maybe somewhere down here or right here. See if we could start to establish this as the new floor. So if we start to test back in here, I like that volume on here. I would expect some buyers to come back in and really absorb price. So this would be a good area right here to add back in. That'd be pretty good RVR on the rest of those contracts. Almost really tempted to just add on the break of that high, but I don't like, we just keep getting stuff. So the adding high to sell higher isn't probably a good idea with this kind of price action. Can I move my stop loss higher under the new fair value gap zone? That's what I'm eyeing. Yeah, I don't have a manual stop or anything on here, but I'm watching price action, and I do have an area that I don't want to see specific price action. So as we were pushing back down into this area, if we would have broke here and had something like this, I would have cut it. I would have just cut that trade. So it's not necessarily it gets into there and I go ahead and get out right away. I like to sometimes see and test areas, but that would have been my area if I saw a big push down and not immediate absorption. I would have cut it. Now we're going. All right. Looking good. This looks like good trending action. I'm pretty, yeah, this is nice. Still getting that absorption though. Still buying right into selling. That's just really looking like some positive gamma. What would be a good area to add if you held on? Right back here. So looking for me, where we would go off the top and push back down, I would like at least 60 points to get an ad, to get something off the top of 60 points. So I'd like this to pull back about at least 60 points, but this would be the area that I would be targeting for that ad. And I don't want to see this heavy selling and push down. I want it to kind of grind down. There's some profit taking. We push back down, we're fishing back down for another buyer. This is where I'd expect to find them. Let's see. Because I mean, that would be a good area. That's a nice engulfing 5-minute candle. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. But yeah, this is where I'd be looking at right there. Let's see. Do you take final exit on surge in volume? I want to see the volume through the liquidity on the book. I know there was liquidity there at 900. That's why I was waiting to see that ticked into and that volume really coming in to then kind of take advantage of that spread expanding. So you hit all of those orders immediately become market orders, and the spread will expand. And just, volatility will hit just like that. as all those orders become market orders. And I'm playing that spread expanding. I'm playing the other side of getting that filled. And I never have a problem getting filled, especially with the liquidity of futures of just hitting the ask. And honestly, if I'm getting in and I'm not limiting or I'm not just setting in my limit order, I will hit the bid. So it'll drop into my area and I'll hit the bid and it'll tick right down. It's a couple extra dollars, but in a zero-sum game, it really pays off. Like it really starts to literally pay off just to take advantage of every little thing that you can find in the market. And that's just one of the ways I try to do it. Helps with commissions, get a few extra dollars. Then not like commissions on futures are expensive, but it's an easy way to get those commissions back. Let's see, is there any cost to start new funded trading account and trading? That is a great question for support at variabletraders.com, or Carlos at variabletraders.com is a good place to send your email for that. Is that right, Carlos? You still there? I don't know if he's listening. Well, all right, guys, this was fun, man. You guys got to be the first ones to really see futures on Market Atlas, and we got some great price action. I actually finally got a good trade for you guys since live, since I could start using the futures now. I'm not trading stocks, so this is really exciting for me. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Come to the webinar tonight. Bring your questions, and we're gonna go over everything, really from this trade, because I couldn't have asked for a better trade, for tonight with stuff to go over, and it's gonna be a good time to learn. We're gonna go over some things, and I promise I'm gonna teach you something that you can start using in your trading, tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I'll see you. Have a good one.